So, who would like to recap last week's events?
I thought you just did.
No, I mean, like, actually.
All right, I can do it. So we gathered all the stuff, and we took it to the gnomes, and they performed the ritual, and they all went to Vinder Scappeldunk, except for me, because they're playing a prank on me. And now I gotta find my own way to Vinder Scappeldunk.
It
Those
is
those
a
rascals.
hilarious prank.
Yep, those rascals.
Yep, definitely a prank. Yep, the gnomish race has definitely not blinked out of existence because of a combination of poor judgment and complete apathy.
Anyway, though, Sinclair has a lead on how to get to it, so I was just gonna see where that pans out.
Indeed. All right. So, from what I recall last week, you guys were going to make Dern High Nomer Kneecappa a jar that you could clone his ass in.
A footlocker.
That's right, a footlocker.
What is a footlocker but a jar with extra steps?
I mean, you know why they invented the cowbell? Because their horns don't work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you guys travel south back to Hindum, and from there back to the port town, Timon, where your boat is docked. The entire way, each settlement you go to, there seems to be one ever present question. Why are cobblers not being swiped? What are those gnomes up to?
Sinclair will give the same answer everywhere. They took a long vacation. You won't have to worry about your cobblers anymore. You can leave them on the windowsill even. Except for when we're in town.
No, they can leave it on the windowsill while we're in town.
Yeah, it's just the darndest thing.
But you guys, after about 2 weeks of travel, make it back to your vessel. The captain, patiently waiting on deck, fishing over the side of the ship.
Back in Podanku? We're back in Podanku?
No, I thought you were having him wait for you at Timon.
I didn't think he'd get there in time. Hasn't been that long. Remember, we teleported. He didn't.
That's right.
It's like been 5 days since we left freaking Intervin.
Yep.
Well, plus the travel time.
Sorry, you guys have hopped around so much recently. I think I might have missed a flight. All right. In that case, yes, you guys would, be meeting up at Podonku.
Nothing like Lord of the Rings, the walking simulator.
Indeed. There's a lack of ghillie suits on the roads. Cobblers remain in windowsills, and the population looks ever so slightly a little bit fatter for it.
That just means there's more people who are more jolly.
Hmm.
Well, once we get back to Bodanku, I think some R&R is well and earned. Spend a little time enjoying the sights in the city. And of course, Sinclair will be, air quotes, doing research in his, air quotes, downtime when he's not with Dern. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
I can just picture it. Dern walks in on this downtime. Sinclair probably doing the horizontal shuffle or some shit. Don't worry,
Well,
Dern.
no,
This is
Sinclair's
critical.
gonna go
This is
drinking and
critical to
gambling.
getting the information.
Sinclair's going drinking and gambling. They're just gonna go to like two or three libraries in town and be like, "Oh, he must be in the other one. Oh, he must be in the other one. Oh, he must be in the other one."
Your rogue is in a different library. But yeah, if you're gonna take some downtime, I suppose the question is, how much downtime do you guys want to take?
Till the ship gets back, or somebody sends us an urgent message.
Indeed. Well, you know what, Sinclair, since you're going to be doing research during your downtime, do me a favor and gambling?
Gambling. Yeah, dice.
All right. Very cool. Any of the rest of you guys spending some time downtiming, or no? They'll be productive members of society, getting jobs and shit.
Oh, hell no, I'm rich. I'm just gonna get a nice hotel room and sleep.
He's getting the bubble bath.
Yeah.
I imagine I'm at the temple preaching about the lore bard.
And here they were thinking they were rid of the gnome.
Yeah,
And then one shows back up and he's like, "Oh no, it's this one."
All right. Everything all good, Hayes?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, everything's pretty good here.
Well, you're here during D&D, so that's concerning.
I know, right?
As the good old Sam E used to say, just checking in.
I don't know who that is.
Do you remember Sam E?
No, I don't. So, Dern spreads the word of the lore bard. However, no one seems to be keen to listen. Almost like all the believers already up and fucking disappeared.
Well, then we need to make new ones. And I begin proselytizing.
Alright, give me a religion and a persuasion check.
That's religion. And the persuasion.
Dear God, you're like fucking chaos. It just...
It just
only
comes
persuasion
back.
checks
It's
he can
impossible to
succeed.
stomp you out.
The only persuasion checks he can succeed is when it's a meme.
Right?
When it's critical of the story, the dice are against him.
All right. After about... Oh, hold on. Okay, so I thought my dad was joking, but no. A meatloaf and mashed potato sandwich is actually really good. All right. So after about 3 weeks of R&R, Ferradul, you hear the scratching of rodents and the sound of rustling papers in your room.
Well, that's just rude.
It's 2 in the afternoon, and it's a really nice day out.
All right. I just see where all the noise is coming from. Like these rats haven't been here before.
Indeed. You look over and you can see this gaggle of 12 haggard looking rats wearing little cloaks on their tiny little rat bodies.
That's kind of cute.
They are currently in the process of pulling out a sheet of paper from a scroll tube. Well, a few more of them are swiping whatever liquid you have nearby and distributing it to the other rats.
Well, I raise an eyebrow very curious, like, and I don't know, I put out some more water or whatever. If they're thirsty, they're thirsty.
They take the water, and eventually they get that scroll unfurled. You can see a rat pull out a stick and begin tapping at it while squeaking at you.
I'm just looking at him like, yeah, okay, you're tapping at a scroll. All right, yeah,
There are words written on the scroll. The
Oh,
rat
there are
taps
words. Ah,
harder.
I thought it was just like blank scroll. Okay, I go over and pick up the scroll.
Indeed, one moment. I'm a fucking dumbass. Where the hell did I put it? What? 1 second.
I look at these rats like, come on, you gave me an empty scroll? What the hell?
The scroll is just like the little spinning wheel it's loading.
I'm gonna say it's upside down.
You can tell there's words on it, but it's all blurry because the high resolution mapping hasn't loaded in yet.
Oh, that's always the worst.
All right. The scroll reads, to Faradul the almond to Faradul the almond farmer of Toresh. You are hereby summoned to the holy city of Aked Ur and the god king's ziggurat.
Is that it?
That is all it says.
Damn it, the taxman's after me.
You haven't been home in years and haven't paid your taxes.
Well, no, they're like, we noticed an increase in your net worth. Where's the taxes, bitch? God damn it.
I mean, they wouldn't know that.
They wouldn't know where I'm at, but here's some rats that know. They know everything, man.
Well, knowing where somebody is in a world with magic actually isn't that difficult.
That's a fair point.
Knowing how much they have, that's much more difficult.
Except for dragons. They just know.
Either that or they've
Mhm.
got like a cleric to a god of commerce or something, and there's like, who's rich now?
When the tax man is also God.
That's just cheating. How official does this scroll look?
Give me an insight check. I don't know, man. It's really nicely written. Well, it's kind of short.
Yeah, kind of short. But then
Aren't
again,
summons supposed to be wordy as fuck or something?
usually, but they did send like a whole like dozen mice to deliver this. So, all right, I look at the mice and I nod, like, "Yep, I'll make my way there."
Just gives him a thumbs up and a smile.
And then at dinner that night, I gather around everybody who goes to the inn. Obviously, Dern is making more friends. And I just advise them that yes, when the boat comes, we're going to Aked because something fishy is afoot.
What do you mean fishy?
Well, I had some mice deliver the summons, and it's very official sounding and says I should go to the ziggurat. And I show Sinclair the very fancy scroll.
Hmm. I'd like to give the scroll a thorough investigation, using all of my knowledge for counterfeiting and
Yeah. Yeah, what's a forgery kit give you advantage on for this type of shit? Was it insight? I think it's insight. Or investigation. I'll take either or.
yeah, either one. They're the same
Yeah.
roll for me.
Can I give Bardic Inspirations for this?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you'd be here and kind of not in a hurry.
Anyway, this is what I thought was there's something fishy afoot in Akhedar.
I mean, that may be true.
It's a D10, right? Burger.
12.
Oh, upgrades. It's investigation. Oh, would I have had advantage?
I do believe a forgery kit would give you advantage, yeah.
Be 13. 20. And I'm proficient, so actually it would still be 23.
Okay. Well, all the seals on it look official. The handwriting is super precise, like more precise than you've ever seen anyone's handwriting.
Oh, possibly made
Like,
with magic.
possibly. Even most cases of magic, they'll end up like the person's handwriting. This is like precise, perfectly shaped letters every single time.
Hmm. It would appear they've invented some way of replicating letters. They must use some sort of stamp and a big roller.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it would never track.
It'll never catch on.
Actually, there's a printing press here, so we can't joke about that since Church has a printing press here. Dern used it to duplicate pamphlets. So why do I find this strange, the uniformity of the letters for coming from the land of Ur?
Because they don't have a printing press there, to your knowledge.
Hmm. So what can I infer with the 23 investigation knowing this?
They've bought one recently.
Hmm.
Well, it's definitely from there. It's certainly legit. It's just weird that they have a printing press,
I see.
given that
And
you've
what's
never seen one when you were there.
And what's the wordage of the summons? Is there anything unusual about the wordiness, lack of wordiness, the phrasing?
It is a bit direct. Usually there's a
So
bit more, horn
flair.
tooting.
Yeah. Prophetic pose. All right. Well, look at Fair Duel. Well, the seals are legit. Those aren't faked, but
That's good.
the wording is off and definitely not something official. So my guess is somebody either stole the seals and stamped it themselves, or they're better at forging than I am.
Mm. Well, that means I really should bring all you guys along, because, well, hey, this is interesting. Whoever went through all the trouble might be worth figuring out. One way or the other, either because they're rich and we can, liberate their wealth,
Mm-hmm.
or, I don't know, do some good for the community one way or the other, or, I don't know, just curiosity is afoot, and it seems that we have nothing else to do.
Well, let's go check in with Captain Balthu, see if the ship's in port. We'll make ready to
Indeed.
set
Yep.
sail.
hmm And
I
then
can just
once we check with the boat, we'll round up the gnome.
You can just what?
fly over and see if the ship's at the port.
Well,
Yeah, you head over. You can definitely see the sail of your ship.
I knew using red sheets would work well.
Oh, you said red sheets? I thought you said bed sheets.
Well,
Common mistake.
they were bed sheets at one point, but we stole them and stitched them into a sail. That's why it's red. That noble is pissed. His linen closet is empty.
And I was only supposed to steal from one noble?
Not, even the noble doesn't have enough bed sheets to our ship.
This guy did.
Oh, well, we got spares for like
Anyway.
3 more
Well,
ships if you need sails.
but it might be a good idea to have some backups.
Actually, most ships usually keep 2 or 3 spare sails.
That's what I'm saying. We should have some backups.
Naturally. Well, if that's the case, how much did our 3 weeks cost in rent and reward?
Well, that depends rather heavily on your living standard.
Gold a day? At least for me. I don't know
Uh,
what anybody else wanted to spend.
that would be about 32 gold then, because it's been 32 days.
I was
And
probably just staying in the cells at the temple.
sell.
It's what they're called.
Each time Dern returns home, the door looks ever so slightly sturdier and more fortified.
You get this whole room to yourself. Yeah, we normally sleep 10 in there, but you're special.
They close the door behind them and like several locks click. I spent like 100 gold for that 30 days.
All right. How much did I make gambling?
Probably about 1,000, given the averages.
Oh, we came out ahead.
We had gambling?
That's sharpshooter gambling.
Oh.
Oh, let's go gambling. Oh.
But I was going to introduce them to Vestrian roulette.
Oh, I'll pay Rurik a visit before we leave. If he's around. Maybe give him an update on the lack of gnome problem.
Yeah, you're able to do that.
And then see if he has any Mister, are you coming in at the Institute or do you want to come in here?
He already joined. He's some elf dude.
Oh yeah, that's right. He didn't change his name, so I didn't remember. That's right, the gnome racist elf.
Yes.
But what was his name other than gnome racist?
Does Mister remember?
Cobble Slayer
remember.
Blood Ears?
Eldrin, that's right.
I remember.
He's a gnome fighter. But gnomes have gone just about extinct. I know. I'm here to finish the job.
Oh well, he has a hatred of gnomes. They tricked him into this ritual and then locked him up.
And they
That
ate all his
reminds me
cobbler.
of one of my
Ate all my
favorite
cobbler
D&D
that I was
memes.
making.
That definitely explains why they kidnapped you.
Yeah, I have a.
Oh, he was a slave for them to make cobbler.
I know.
Well,
Ah, yes, the gnomish tyranny.
I want to.
Everyone works in the cobbler mines.
I mean,
Gilbert, is there
Diabolical and sugary.
a teleportation circle for this port town?
well, we have a ship. It has all of our stuff.
Yeah, I know. I
There
want
is.
to know. Can I get the coordinates for that?
Yeah,
In case we ever want to come
Podunku.
back.
Yeah, it's fast travel to Podunku.
Oh yeah, I suppose Rurik would probably be in charge of it. Or have connections to whoever's in charge of it.
Yeah, it's at the local mages guild building.
While we're there, I'd like to bother them for some spell scrolls, see if they have any worth parting with.
Yeah, they can pretty much write you whatever you need up to 3rd level.
Well, more so what they have in stock, not I don't want to wait around for them to write anything.
I mean, technically, you could have done that at the start of the 30 days, just saying.
Is that enough time for a 3rd level?
3rd level spell's like a week, isn't it?
I always thought it was more. Yeah, if a 3rd level's only a week, then let
I'd have
me.
to actually
Yeah,
find
I'm
where we
pulling
keep
up
the
the.
list.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the.
3rd level, 1 work week, 500 gold.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would happily pay for 3 scrolls of haste. Whatever price tag they wish. If it's 500 gold just to make the thing.
Yeah, it costs 500 gold.
Well, no, that's the cost for them to make it, not to sell it. The sell price would be much more than that.
Yeah, it's like 1,500, I think, if memory serves. Yeah, it should be like 1,500.
I go bother the checkbook for some money.
Who exactly is the checkbook in that?
You.
You
You're the
technically.
checkbook.
I just wanted to make sure that that's fine.
Sinclair will
You're the-
always be a broke ass bitch.
You're the party
Technically.
sugar daddy.
Fair enough. I just wanted
Sugar-covered
to make sure it
almonds.
was that or not like Rorik or anything. Just double check.
Oh yeah, I still have the frickin' line of credit here. Where do I have that written down? I can just use that. We blow the dust off the fucking party inventory because we haven't used it because we got teleported. The last time I opened this document was January 27th. Where did I put it? Oh, way down here. Okay, found it. Yeah, then I'll have Ferradul cash the check for the other 22,000 gold that's in that line of credit. Because we might not be coming back here yet.
Oh, cool. I get even richer? Hell yeah.
Shows up to the city of Akhet buys out the city. You are the government now.
Oh, good lord. Why would I want to do that?
Because now
Now
you're the
we
God
can
King.
take taxes from people.
Ooh, see, that's why you're gonna stay around and be like chief tax enforcer there, aren't you?
Keeping
Big
your
ideas
fucking
there.
money or off people, mind you.
Wait, you can't do that. They might forget where the money is.
Acceptable to get everyone else's money. We're tax
Fine.
collectors. We don't
Ah,
care
yes,
about
we're
this.
getting it. You make one
I'll,
example, and then you get like taxes from 9 other people. Got it.
I'll dabble in necromancy so I can just disintegrate them and then ask their soul.
Oh God. Even death won't get you away from taxes.
Well, yeah.
Even in
There are two
death,
things
I
that are
still
certain.
pay.
There are two things that are certain in life: death and taxes, not or.
No, it's not even death and resurrection and taxes.
Oh no, not everyone gets resurrected. That shit's expensive.
Fair point, but like death is soul, jail, and taxes.
No, everyone gets resurrected, and then they have to work off the resurrection.
How
It
many?
depends on how much the resurrection is. I mean, I'm gonna get a good rate of return. That depends.
Probably less
We'll
than
keep
the
that on the
wealth.
books.
Raises some other farmer, indebts their family for the rest of eternity.
Now, where's that copper guy at?
Even in debt, they still serve.
But this is in England, so you've jailed the entire population.
That's all right. We'll just go and get another population then. Oh, we just turn them all into meat pies.
Turn it to a pyramid scheme. The only way you can get out of debt is by going abroad, bringing foreigners into the country, and they take up your debt.
Actually, no, Gilbert. We gotta be legally distinct. It's a ziggurat scheme. So, which is worse, the never-ending tax, city of evil here, or all the fucking gnomes getting, revelationed? Well, except for one, obviously.
The taxes are worse.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so you're answering the summons.
Yeah.
All right, how you guys going? Going over land?
Oh No, by boat.
Damn. I was hoping at some point you guys would want to go over land.
But we have boat.
Yeah. It's a nice
Put it on
boat.
wheels or a sled or something.
I mean, we do have the money for that, but nah.
All right.
Boat.
So,
Boaty floaty.
Actually, that would be pretty interesting if we had like something that you could get the boat onto and just have a whole bunch of horses ride the boat on land.
Yeah. Then we put all of our wagons for the battle bus inside of it, and we have wagonception.
Mm-hmm.
The front of the boat downs. The front of the boat folds down, a giant wagon rolls out. The front of that folds down, our 3 wagons roll out of it.
And then the boat gets on the wagons, and then away we go.
and then everything changed when the almond farmer attacked.
Are we going to be passing near Intervin's tower?
Well,
the
I was
water.
saying we go there first and then
Oh,
investigate Faradul's problem. The summons doesn't have a date on it. We
Yeah,
could show
true.
up next year.
Yeah, so yeah, we can swing by Intervin's tower again.
Well, we have
Yeah,
some shit
that's
to drop
doable.
off to him anyway.
Indeed. You
No,
go
Intervin.
Yeah, you go a sailing.
Who are we assailing?
So you reach your boat. Very nice boat.
It is.
Wait a minute. This can't be our boat. It wasn't nice.
We had a
And-
remarkably unremarkable boat. What the hell is this sorcery?
And
Captain
so,
Balthus pimped it out.
yes, you can see that Captain Balthor, the crew appears to be running around with brooms. It 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 sounds like there's some kind of combat on the boat. As you get up on the deck,
Combating dust and dust bunnies. Good work, men.
no, actually, they're combating a teeming swarm of rats. Rats that wear clothes and are currently cocking a heavy crossbow to fire at the captain.
How many rats?
Like 600 or 700.
Ah.
100, you say? The fresh.
Are they immune to fire?
Our boat isn't.
That
Don't
wasn't
worry.
the question.
Indeed,
I
the
have a plan.
crossbow fires. The captain dodges the crossbow bolt as it goes sailing out to sea. The rats are going squeak, 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 squeak.
I get up there like, hold on, folks and gentle rats. What the fresh fuck is going on?
Squeak, 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 squeak. The captain kind of puts down the broom for a half a moment. The rats, they just started swarming out of the hold of the ship.
Okay, hold on. Did somebody have cast understand tongues or whatever the hell that spell is?
Speak with animals.
Yes, understand tongues.
I can get 3 points across pretty clearly. Like there will not be a lot of room for interpretation or anything to get lost in translation.
Yeah, but I don't need to talk to them. I need to hear them, ish.
You should have luck that.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not that type of paladin. Speaking in tongues is the other guys.
I mean, I can speak in tongues, but
Well, you speak to the rats then. You need to be translator.
I can't cast a spell tongues. I can speak in tongues. It's a euphemism.
And
It's a
back
sex
to my
joke. I'll tell you when
question.
I'm older.
And back to my question.
No, you're not casting fireball.
Yes,
Or
it's the
fireball.
fireball.
No. The answer is no.
They're not gnomes.
They're small. Same
Well,
thing.
hold on. The gnomes might be up to
Sizest.
still.
Get it right. I'm a racist.
But you know,
I hate the gnome race.
Well, these aren't
hold on.
gnomes.
At least that we know of. They might have turned into rats. We don't know.
I
Well,
mean,
don't
yeah,
know.
we don't know exactly. Kill them and be done with them.
No. Hold on. Nobody's casting fire on the boat that has all my stuff on it. You cast a spell when it's on your boat, all right? This is my boat.
Oh, the rich man doesn't want his stuff burned up. I see how it is.
Hey, that rich man is the one who's paying all my bills.
See,
He
knows
supports
what's
my
up.
gambling problem.
It's not a gambling problem, it's a gambling solution, and the solution is actually two solutions, boredom and poverty.
Although I pretty much always win when I gamble. Loaded cup. I mean, anyway.
Of course, it's not gambling if you're not cheating. That's just losing.
Yeah, you're just cheating better than everybody else. Anyway, random aside, I tried to go to the rat and come to an understanding of why are they on my boat? Well, the captain's boat, but I do.
It's our boat.
Yeah,
Squeak,
Owned by
squeak,
the party,
squeak,
so therefore it was transferred to you in ownership.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It's your boat, yes.
squeaky, 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 squeaky.
squeak, 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 squeak.
You know, a good fireball will take care of all this.
Squeak.
Fiddle, do you want me to do my diplomacy now?
Squeaker, squeaker,
As
squeaking,
soon as you started, I'm like, hey, there's a scene for that.
squeaking, squeaker, squeaking, squeaking, squeaker, squeaking.
That movie has too many relevant gifs.
Love it.
That movie is a D&D party.
That movie somehow managed to create like a bit for most of life's needs.
Why haven't we watched this yet on Sunday?
I don't
need to
know.
myself.
Because it's owned by
I don't know.
Disney
You're the projectionist.
and the mouse is evil.
Yeah,
I mean, we
but
got the new live action is gonna, you know.
no, we don't. We
Back
have
to
not.
evil mice.
Get back to evil. Well, at least semi-evil, maybe. Uh, I do not understand. You know the mouse speak.
The dialect.
Squeak, squeak.
I could cast comprehend language on you, and you could
Yes,
understand
please.
the rat. I don't know if that's will that actually work, or is it more? I don't think that. I don't think the rats have an actual language.
They
I
were,
mean,
they were
Also,
game
you would
Still worth
the
a
cat.
try.
will that work, Gilbert? Are these
That would
intelligence? Are these intelligent rats?
That would certainly depend on if the rats have a language.
also it's got a range of self, so you'd have to cast on yourself and then translate for
Oh, I'm
Fiddle.
not fixing to talk to no rats. That is beneath me. So yeah, pass. Again, I refer back to my burning them all up suggestion.
Oh, don't
No.
use fire. That's where the
He's so
alcohol
cute.
lies.
1/8 level fireball would take care of this whole problem.
It would not. It would set all our money on fire.
It's not my money.
Yeah. You're part of this party. If you don't respect the party fund, you'll quickly find how deep the ocean is.
I can breathe underwater. I don't care.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm kidding.
With your hands
If-
tied and your mouth gagged, I'd like to see you cast spells down there and get out of it.
if you need to get rid of them, might I recommend Devil's Reef?
The Devil's Reefer.
How about I do something that won't blow stuff up?
I mean, that'd
Probably.
be preferred.
Oh boy, he's gonna blow things up diplomatically. Torpedoed the peace talks.
Theodore, let me know when you give up on the barrier of not speaking whatever not language the rats are doing.
Well, I mean, they're intelligent. I mean, they were aiming a
Let's
crossbow
just
at the
make a
captain.
wordogram. Just fill a sheet of paper with commonly used words, and they can form sentences by pointing at them.
Yeah, that's
Ah, yes, we shall use the Martian protocol. I got you. All right, let's start
What
doing
the?
that and laying out, common words and letters. I don't know. No, hell with that. Just letters, and then he can point at the letters and spell out stuff.
Oh God.
Oh, you're making a Ouija board.
Well, no, that's what I was going to use commonly used words, because you can form most sentences with, 30, 40 words,
With
whereas
letters.
spelling everything out is a lot more complicated. Oh, time consuming, I guess.
Fireball answer's still there.
And it's still going to remain on the back burner indefinitely because we're on our ship.
Back burner.
I do have a way to see if they're intelligent creatures.
The rat selects the following letters.
And then I just turned to look at the captain with a raised eyebrow.
He stares back at you.
He's tart at it? What?
No, it's Hestar Ted IT. IT is clearly initials. I don't know who this Ted Hestar is, though.
Squeak, squeak.
I got. Hold on. I looked at the captain like, well, I mean, the rat is accusing you. Now, granted, I trust you more than the rat currently. Because I employ you, but like, what happened?
Well, we came into port, and then the hordes of rats started churning, swirling out of the hold.
Okay.
Few of them making it off the ship. Since then, we've been fighting these rats for control of the vessel.
But so nobody like tried to like kill them or something when they started leaving the boat.
No, we were more focused on the horde of rats.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like if they were leaving, like, did somebody try to stop them?
No, just
Leave?
a small number of them left. The rest we've been
Okay.
fighting here.
The ones that brought you the scroll.
I wonder that. Okay. So and I look back towards Mr. Rat. It seems that the captain has denied your claim here. Do you have more details?
Just let me disintegrate that fucker.
Yes, the letter has been sent, so your job here is done.
I can't really fuck with that one. I was like, I'm going to do this with every single one. Oh, no, that one's pretty straightforward. Damn it.
You can leave, Sir Rat. Your charge here is done, and our boat can be left clean. Yes.
Well, I mean, if they don't cause any problems, we can just get a couple of blocks of cheese. Bring them back where they came from. As long as they don't cause problems.
Yeah, we could do that too. Mhm.
Or noodles. There's a lot of noodles here.
All right, so okay, so Sinclair, get a few wheels of cheese for the mice, and then we'll head head on.
Mice. How many days is it to?
No,
Well,
they're staying here.
no. Oh, we stay, head home, give cheese. Well, no,
Yeah.
the cheese was if you're coming on the boat.
No, we can still give them some cheese. I have no problem.
All
with that.
right, fine. Yeah, I'll head to the have biscuit.
Half biscuits will travel, I guess.
Okay.
But
Well,
no, they'll stay here. We'll give them some cheese because it's not like it's that expensive, and then our boat would be rat free, and they're happy. It's a win-win.
all right. Well, in that case, whoever's the on boat,
Squeak, squeak.
on boat or on land, where are you staying? Not clear.
Yes.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
okay, boat. Yeah.
Well, whoever's doing the typing of the rat squads, like whoever's over on the keyboard bouncing around, I'm gonna hold out a hand and kind of wave my fingers. Let's go pick out some cheese. I'm holding my hand really close to the ground so we can jump into it.
He jumps on, scurries up your arm, sitting himself down on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And on this day, a new friendship was made. A new partnership in crime as Sinclair gets a rat buddy to steal people's stuff.
I didn't even think of that, but I will work that angle now. I suppose, yeah,
I'm
having an
surprised you didn't.
intelligent rat that can actually communicate would make an excellent rogue partner.
No, not just a rat. 700 rats.
No, we need one. 700 is too obvious.
No, but see, ooh. See for the few wheels of cheese a month, we can have them just like infiltrate a city.
It would be the best intelligent gathering network ever known to
Mhm.
mankind.
Whatever you buy in cheese, triple that. We might need some extra.
Well, I mean, I figured 700 rats. I'm gonna want. I mean, probably 2 or 3,000 pounds of cheese for the journey back. If all they can eat is cheese. I'm assuming
and
they'll take other
biscuits.
food and biscuits. Okay. Yeah, so we'll stock up on rations, so let's go cheese shopping. I'd like to sample the finest cheeses of the city. Although I don't believe this is a dairy state. I'm pretty sure this is a grain state.
This is, in fact, a grain state.
Yeah, so we're buying all their cheese then.
Yep.
Fair to the
Literally.
almond farmer might have to diversify a little bit.
We're literally going to buy the city out of cheese then. I'm going to all of the cheese stores and saying, I'll take your whole stock.
Indeed. You purchase incredible amounts of cheese.
Some may even call it obscene.
No, there's no such thing as obscene amounts of cheese.
And every time we enter a new store, we naturally have to say cheese to meet you before we buy all their cheese.
Oh, it's not the full one, damn it. Ah, yes, cheese shop. I forgot about that. I was hoping the Ron Swanson wouldn't be the whole thing. You may have heard a lot of bacon and eggs, but I want to clarify. I said all. So, how much is this going to cost us? Are you Googling how expensive medieval cheese is?
Kind of.
Plus, we're creating a shortage, so there goes the price tag.
Yeah, but hold on, if we buy it all at once, the market wouldn't have time to adjust yet. So we're, just gotta
Well,
do it
I
fast.
mean, it,
We got to plan
doesn't-
this out while we corner the market on cheese.
Okay. So a hunk of cheese is a silver piece. Now, if we assume a hunk of cheese would fit in your hand, a wheel of cheese is probably several hunks. I'd say at least 40 hunks.
A hunk of burned cheese.
You know what? We'll go with rations. We'll just say you're buying rations, given the size of the cheeses that you're getting.
Yeah, we're getting the bulk
I
discount
don't.
here.
I don't think you understand, Gilbert. I don't need the individual price. I just need a quantity in gold pieces that I need to subtract for however many pounds of cheese we're buying.
1,000 gold pieces. There you go.
Reasonable. So,
Yeah, considering how much
a
cheese we're
couple
buying.
hundred
Hell
pounds
yeah.
of cheese.
I think I can use the cheese to hallow the boat, because that also needs 1,000 gold. Cheese has oil, right, Gilbert?
But
Technically, yes.
'Cause
Although
the
the amount of oil you can extract from cheese is,
low.
yeah, it is a fat, but
it it is oil, and we just spent 1,000 gold on it, and Hallow needs herbs, oils, and incense worth at least 1,000 gold. I could hallow the boat with cheese.
but doesn't that cost the resource of whatever you're like the isn't that consumed? Is that as a gold cost?
That's not a me problem. I'm not relying on these cheese rations.
How about
Yeah,
we
but
don't piss
They
off the
never
swarm of
they
rats
never
that's hanging out
did.
on our ship?
They never did find Anya's body. She disappeared one night, and the rats haven't eaten since.
Okay, a metric shit ton of cheese rations.
This might be like 3 metric shit tons.
yeah, it is a lot. Just the way I like it.
Actually, yeah, ration weighs 2 pounds for half a silver or a half a gold.
How much of this cheese can we fit on a cart at a time?
All of it.
Alright, great. I can just animate a cart then.
I'm really craving cheese now.
I got some peppercorn white cheddar.
Hold on, I'm gonna get some cheddar. One moment.
Yeah, I'll be back.
We've done it. We have not derailed the campaign. We've derailed the DM this time.
So yeah, that works out to 2 rations per gold. Double that, so that'd be 4,000. Yeah, 4,000 pounds of cheese.
Only 2 tons.
Still not as much cobbler as we have.
How many archers do we have in the party?
Me? Like that's it.
Oh.
I'm the only ranged martial combatant. Because Dern is melee, Fairduel is melee. I'm assuming
Alright,
Mr.
she's
built his
acquired.
wizard as a ranged, build style as most wizards are typically backline. So yeah, I'm the only midline right now.
Out of curiosity, how good are you at riding a horse?
I can get by.
Good enough.
I mean, I believe in 5e. Other than the mounted combatant, everybody just inherently can ride a horse, right? Right, Under?
Typically, yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's
That
just an
there's no
adventuring skill.
there's no mechanical restriction for riding it. It's just at DM discretion. You'll have trouble controlling it, but
Yeah, I mean, like riding a riding horse to travel is just a life skill.
I think he's sticking me on the Pegasus with some upgrades.
no, I'm not sticking you on my Pegasus.
Are you gonna make another one?
I can't make another one, but you can.
I can. I'll write a scroll.
I've got a simulacrum that's been just cooking up scrolls of greater speed, whatever the fuck it's called. Um, it only takes 2 work weeks, so I think I'll have 3 scrolls, which is
4.
um,
Oh no, 3. You're right. Sorry. Yeah, it was 3 weeks down, 3 weeks of downtime, or 3 weeks of travel, 3 weeks of downtime. Yeah. I basically just spend any downtime. Like obviously I spent some time gambling, but that wouldn't have been the full 3 weeks. So I just literally pump out first level just cure wounds because having cure wounds coupons is, well, cheap.
I just noticed I only had budget for 2. I read the wrong level when I was looking at the budget.
Oh, that's 4th, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or 5th.
4th. I only had like 5,000.
Oh, if you need spell scribing material, just ask.
I don't need it. My simulacrum that's been hanging out in Interven's tower since we left needed it.
Oh, an Interven's Tower that the party paid for?
Yeah.
I would think that you have access to spell scribing components there.
I swear, I go out there to get a piece of cheese, and now everyone in the damn house wants a piece of cheese too.
Jeez.
See, this is
Well-
how me individually hand delivering, ice cream sandwiches to the whole family happens.
Well, Gilbert, you're gonna have to hand deliver them all a slice of cheese.
Yeah. Burger.
Yep.
The party funds that are left at Interven's Tower would be accessible to your simulacrum because there's 200,000 gold just sitting there.
That's a couple.
Yeah. Well, when the DM gives us 2.3 million gold pieces worth of value, and then
1.9.
another, huh?
1.9.
That was including all of the other stuff we just got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we got another like 4 or 600,000, 400,000 from all the other shit. Like currently, the Institute has 1.07 million So 76,000 with $1 million on top of that. The party has about $500,000.
Mhm.
But that 1 point, or that 1 million isn't all because Interven's using it for research and stuff like that and funding the institute. So I just did 20% off the top is what we actually have available party funds there.
That's like 1, 2. That's at least 3 gold.
So yeah, if you're plus we're also sailing there. So that's going to take even more time. So if you wanted to write up one while we're traveling, so I can summon it, I have that on me. I have 8,000. I have 8,375 gold pieces worth of scribing components left.
Hmm.
But anyway, we buy some cheese. By the way, Gilbert, that is 4,000 pounds of cheese.
Extremely cool.
And
Why are we buying so much cheese?
we have a rat army.
Why do we have a rat army?
I don't know. They gave some message to Fairduel, and now they're buddy with us.
And now we've drafted them by using cheese.
Although I am curious who made them intelligent and who they might actually work for. So, yeah.
Well, another part of the mystery why we'll eventually get to Akit but all in good time.
What, you don't think that they're part of the Rat Race Courier Service?
700 to deliver one message.
It's a race.
Well, yeah, they're really small. They basically have to have mobile communities to support the business.
Well, I am, of course, going to ask this little rat friend of mine his name.
Indeed. He says squeak squeak because the alphabet is currently not available.
Why would the alphabet not currently be available?
Because it's on the ship.
How's performance of creation make him a little Ouija board?
I was going to say, I also carry around absurd amounts of books. I can just take the, back cover and write an alphabet on it.
That's a good point.
One of my journals has the ABCs on it now.
A B C D E F squeak.
Swear to God, if his name is Squeaks. Okay. His name is Squeak McSqueaks.
Squeakers McSqueakerton.
Mr. Squeaker McSqueaks, Esquire.
All right.
Actually, it's Doctor. He didn't go to rat college for 8 years just so you could call him Mister.
I would hope not. That'd be impersonation of somebody.
Alrighty. But yeah, you guys buy a lot of cheese.
You could say we bought all the cheese.
Cheese.
Yep, and then I'll just have it all delivered to the ship. And
Unless you're going door to door and robbing each individual member of the city of their cheese, you have not bought all the cheese.
All the
I'm
freely available.
buying all the freely available cheese.
I do have proficiency in disguise kits.
Yeah, I have proficiency in almost everything.
Buying all the
Don't-
loose cheese working the street corners.
Yeah, don't make me send out the rat army to get the rest of the cheese.
All I'm saying, while we're out being legitimate business folks, we can send out the rest of the party in disguise, and they can be Bones Malone and the Spooky Boys, and they can say, "This is a stick-up. She give me all your fucking calcium."
So we're taking the cheese and their bones too?
No, they're calcium. We've already
Yeah.
got all the bones we need.
Ah.
All right. Well, if we're hanging out in the market, I will go pick up some more spell scribing components. That way, Anya can write scrolls on the ship.
But that's like labor, and I don't want to do that.
I will pay you in cheese.
I don't want cheese.
I'll pay you in coin.
You say that, and you can already see a group of rats lining up to help.
I'll pay you in
Squeak, squeak.
gems.
Squeak, squeak.
I do like sparkly things.
I'll pay you in jewelry.
Damn it. You drive a hard bargain. You son of a bitch. I'm in.
All right. So yeah, I'll pick up another 5,000 of spell scribing.
Um,
I mean, do you
What
want
spell?
more than that?
All
Trust
right,
me.
what spell do you want?
Well, I figured you make a greater steed on the boat, and then I can summon something and get used to riding it.
I guess.
I mean, do you want me to pick up more than that? Because I mean, I use it 25 a day, so I really don't burn through it that much.
You burn through 25 gold a day?
25, yeah, when I make a first level spell.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't really consume that much of it. So I had a modest stockpile of 8,000 or so. But yeah, if you're gonna write scrolls, like, I mean, I can pick up a whole bunch.
I mean, I have other spells that would be useful to have, like Raise Dead.
Okay. Tell you what. How about with our connections, Gilbert? How much can we get in scribing material? Is that something that's relatively easy for us to get here?
Yeah, it's easy enough. It is a major port city.
Okay. So we'll get, I don't know, 50,000. That should do you for a little while, all right?
Yeah.
Um,
50,000 will be. Ooh, I could get a Feeble Mind scroll with that.
I was gonna say this is how Under and I track it, but he does it in increments of 50 because he actually uses it as a wizard, not a fucking bard scribing out first levels continuously. The math works out better at 50 gold piece inventory slot.
Gilbert, how many work weeks are in a year?
There are 10 days in a week, 4 weeks in a month, and there's 400 days in a year, 10 months.
And how long is the boat ride to Intervin's Tower from Podanku?
That's how many we have.
1 second.
How
Oh
many
no!
spell
Oh yeah.
components did we buy?
I suppose we should get some for you too. So hang on, I forgot you were a wizard.
Yeah, yeah, I can cast. Yeah, and yeah.
So that would be 500. Can we go up to 150,000, Gilbert?
Because I have arcane. I can cast. I need first level and third spells at least. Oh, I can do them all actually. What do you want scrolls of?
Well, I mean, I would recommend you make them for yourself to use so that you don't. Like, Anya's making me one scroll of Find Greater Steed.
45 days.
All right. And I completely forgot Mr. is a wizard, Gilbert. Can we get 150,000 or would that be too much? Do they have that laying around?
They do not have that amount laying around.
Okay. How much do they have laying around?
The answer is yes. However many they have, we buy.
In total, they have 100,000 you can buy.
Okay. Well, then that works out. Anya gets 50,000, Mr. gets 50,000. Those are yours to track and do with as you please.
How
However
much
you
does
want
it
to track.
cost to make a spell?
Depends on the spell.
The assuming we're using the same whatchamacallit, the spell time and cost by level for scribing scrolls is pinned. Yeah, that one. And 45 days of travel gives us 4 work weeks.
5 days. Ooh, I might even make a couple second level spells. Gasp. Well, if I make second level, I'm just making a bunch of enhanced abilities. But the problem is, all of my second levels are concentration. Cure Wounds and Longstrider aren't. The reason I churn those out.
Fea, do you have some way to fly?
Me? No. Oh, Fea?
Fea.
Thomas?
What's up?
Do you have some way to fly?
Nope.
How about the Lord of the Cheese?
What?
Yeah.
Does
He has the eagle whistle.
okay.
Yes.
He can fly until he runs out of breath.
Which is
is
quite a long
surprisingly
time.
a long time.
Got some lungs on there.
He was a screamer as a baby.
I don't think we've even gotten like halfway through. Using the amount of flying time even on the longest combats. It's ridiculous.
All right, so we begin sailing.
I hallow a boat.
I mean, most boats are hollow. That's kind of how they work.
Sorry, I was taking care of some stuff on my end.
Can't believe you've done this, Gilbert.
But yeah, that would be the cost of spell scribing.
All right. Well, we've got our components. We've got our boat. Let's go give Intervin his gifts. I mean, particularly the Flaming Skull is the only one that really comes to mind. There's a couple of other like interesting oddities that we have slotted for him, but
The
I think
arm.
the Flaming. Oh yeah, the necromantic death arm. I'm sure he won't do anything nefarious with that.
No, never.
He gives it to the dragon. Dragon got a little tiny arm.
Got this little lopsided T-Rex thing.
Yeah.
He just breaks the arm down, takes like the two I forget the name of the two bones. The two bones of the forearm, just like wedges them between his teeth. Yeah. All right. You guys doing anything else as you've been traveling?
Yeah, I can name a lot of the bones in the body.
I think we're just writing scrolls.
Writing scrolls and eating cheese.
Anything? Well, I am going to be communicating with Scratch and trying to get a kind of a baseline understanding for what he's saying, because obviously he can understand me. But I'm gonna try learning Radese.
How to speak Ratatouille in 4 simple work weeks. And I can provide the Ouija board for them to do their lessons on.
I'm sorry, I had another interruption. Could you please repeat?
Sinclair is going to try to learn how to speak Ratanese, and I'm providing a Ouija board for them to do their lessons with.
Well, that way I can understand him without having to stop and pull out a fucking alphabet. To an extent, obviously, getting yes and no across, and other simple terminology.
Give me a straight intelligence check, followed by a wisdom check.
Intelligence.
I would assume these are too long to give bardic inspirations for.
Correct.
Intelligence and what else?
Wisdom.
Hey, at least you didn't ask for a strength roll.
As the rats wrestle you to the ground, toss you off the ship. All right. So, you're able to pick up the phrases yes and no, but nothing much beyond that. As the ship sails into dock at Intervin's Institute
Of Inglorious Inventions.
I of I, and I, and I, and I.
I think I got it to like 14 before I gave up.
You mean the Intervin Institute of Interesting Investigations and Internment?
Correct.
Yeah, that place. But yeah, you dock your ship. You can see the couple of scribes sitting outside doing some writing. Gardeners are gardening.
I'm investigating the scribes outside. That's not their natural environment. That's weird.
They could be looking into druidic stuff.
Close. Botanical.
Yeah, druidic stuff, what he said.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And I assume you just head on up to Intervin's office and donate to him your finds.
Mm-hmm. Flaming skull, mummy arm. Oh, I would have given the Velium portrait of a dwarf to Rurik. Or Velum?
Vellum.
Vellum. Sell off the rest of the crap. Um. Yep. And then we'll do what Anya's here for.
I'll pick up my scrolls that my simulacrum has been scribing since we left. How long were we gone? 4 work weeks in a bit?
Um.
Or was that just the ride back?
The overall, since we've left, would be. Well, how long did it take us to get through the dwarf stuff and to the gnomes?
You're just shy of 2 months.
Including the 3 weeks of downtime?
Mm, 2 months and a week.
All right.
2.25 months.
Put it at 4 scrolls of Find Greater Steed. So 1 for Sinclair, 1 for Fea. Stern, you have 1. Eldrin is a wizard. Berto, do you need a faster flight?
No, the bird's pretty fast.
All right. All right. I guess we'll keep the 2 spares for when someone's Pegasus gets, or whatever, flying or not flying Greater Steed. I think Griffin might be a better choice for most of you. Yeah, if you want to cast that now, I can give people Bardics for the extra little bit. But that's all I had.
Okay, doke. Do you want to throw your simulacrum on the boat?
No reason not to. Might as well.
Yeah, then we don't have to bother Intervin as much. Let him scheme.
I swear, it doesn't change, and yet it's like the last 4 D&D nights have been, hey, Gilbert, what you doing? I'm doing D&D. What were you saying, Ruffles?
I still say you should go with Under's plan. Put a sign on your door that says D&D in session.
Yeah, I'm starting to
In
consider
conference call.
Oh yeah,
it. Right?
conference call. Yeah,
That was Under.
Oh yeah, Under used the big words.
I was the boring one that said D&D in session.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Under wouldn't have said that. He made it more sophisticated.
Indeed. Okay, so what were you asking?
We're. Well, I was talking to Anya about transferring Simulacrum to the ship. That way we don't have to come back and bother Intervin as much and leave him to his scheming.
Leave him to his no doubt incredibly problematic behaviors.
And it would, in theory, also provide some extra security from the ship having the simulacrum of a high-level spellcaster.
I mean, worst case, you just have your Simulacrum make a Simulacrum.
No.
Their reflection's not a mirror. They don't work like that.
It's just they keep getting shorter. That's how I picture Simulacrum working. It's like 2 inches shorter than him. And so if the Simulacrum makes a Simulacrum, it's 2 inches shorter than the Simulacrum. That's how you tell them apart.
This is a 7th generation simulacrum. How can you tell? Because I know this wizard, and this one's a 1.5 feet shorter.
All right. So what y'all doing?
Good question. Don't know.
Very cool.
Well, I think we're gonna go deal with
The
the summons.
mysterious
Oh,
letter.
we should definitely ask Intervin about it. Delivered by rats would probably get his attention, considering there was 700 of
Horde
them.
of rats, yes.
I mean,
There's 700 rats that stayed on our ship that we know of.
and what are we?
Well,
Where are we sending these rats?
They're staying with us.
The insights that Intervin is able to get for you are a wizard did it, as far as the rats. Obviously, of course, it would be a wizard.
Does he happen to know any wizards that specialize in rats?
No, he doesn't. And what was your question down low on the political situation?
Yeah, that would help.
Well, the Civil War has reached a conclusion in that they've agreed to stop trying to kill each other. And that's about it.
Which means they've agreed to stop killing each other openly, and since neither of them are going to be happy because they're compromising, they're probably looking for all the assassins they can get their hands on.
That's ridiculous. Who told you that?
The voice is in my head.
These are classified government documents.
It came to me in a vision.
All right. But other
So,
than that, there is also um, a strange plague sweeping the well the primary river valley, going from uh, Lake Shabola all the way down to the Bay of Koresh.
what kind of plague?
Well, people are getting sick.
Mm.
I asked one of those plagues.
Are they drinking brown water or eating yellow snow?
No,
Because those are not chocolate and lemonade flavor. Just trust me on that one.
no, just that your classic nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, abdominal pain, dizziness, headache, decreased levels of consciousness,
That's just
fatigue,
another,
fever, reddening of skin, blood not clotting.
just another flu going through it. They'll be fine. Take some ibuprofen.
Occasionally, bits of them falling off.
Ah, that happens.
Yeah, it's a flu. That happens. So, should we go meet with the summons or investigate this flu that people are worried about unnecessarily?
I mean, the summons might be about the flu.
Well, what do they want us to do? I'm not a doctor.
One way to find out.
Alright, we're off to this. Answer the summons then?
Yep, do the summons
All
on a
right.
boat.
Yeah. You guys sail through the Bay of Koresh, docking. Actually, are you guys going to dock at Koresh? Or are you going to try to take the boat upriver?
We got the carts.
Yeah, let's dock. Let's not risk grounding the boat.
We can let them do their 3-hour trade tour while we're gone.
And then they disappear, stranded on some island.
After a 3-hour tour.
We walk like 30 feet away. The boat fades into the
Yeah, you walk
background as
30
they
feet away.
despawn.
The weather started getting rough. All right. Yeah, but you guys
This is-
begin riding along the roads. And for some reason, all of son of a bitch. Oh man, something happened with the map where like all of my lines are all really tiny.
Well, I'm going to summon my steed.
Um,
Griffin it is.
But yeah, on your third day of travel, you guys pass through Faradul's hometown of Toresh.
I remember being home and poor.
Now you can just buy the whole town
And then some.
and the neighbors and the
And
neighbors'
their neighbors,
neighbors.
yeah.
Gilbert, I'd like to cast Find Greater Steed and summon a griffin.
if you need to roll for it, you can have a bardic.
Well, let me check the maths. I don't think I do because it's a 20 for me. Da-da-da.
Is this some sort of Arcana check?
Yeah.
Because I can also give you advantage.
Oh, hey, I don't know if you were around to hear it, but you also have a scroll of Find Greater Steed.
I look at it and
It's
I can't read it.
good thing you don't need to read it.
I got a -2 in Arcana.
That's what Bardic Inspirations are for.
Yeah. I'll say your DC.
We also have a few spares.
Yeah. It would be DC 19. My DC is 14. So yeah, I can just cast it. Well, actually, hang on. Is that a normal bard spell, or do you have it because bullshit?
I have it because bullshit.
Okay, so it's not normally a bard spell?
It's normally a paladin exclusive.
Oh, okay. Well, then it would be 19 for me, which I can still just do. Plus 10 Arcana. So, Faya, you have 2 bardics, and you can give yourself advantage. I think you can do it.
Oh, right. That's good from talking there. But yeah, you guys then pass through Urmar. And as you guys get to the crossing by the river near the fortified settlement of Bodrum, you can see smoke kind of coming up from over the hill. At this point, it's like 8 a.m.
Ah, they're getting started with smoking the meats as we show up. It's how nice of them.
Does this look like regular city smoke, or does this look like the city is in the middle of being sacked and pillaged?
Oh, this looks like city smoke. If you're smoking the city.
What was it? Chicago 1741?
I think Chicago's
18.
yeah.
1800s. It didn't exist in the 1700s.
You know, probably would make sense because 1741 was more than 30 years before the Revolutionary War.
Chicago is an ancient city.
Oh, I see where I got the 7 from. It was 1871.
Yeah, so you got one digit, right?
1781, 1871. Yeah, what's the difference?
Look, I was only 130 years off, which is a little less than half of the time that America was an independent country for the time that a little bit less than half the city was burnt down.
But yeah, it looks like a massive amount of smoke.
Well, we should go investigate.
Yeah, you head over the crossing, up the hill, and as you crest it, you can in fact see that the fortified settlement of Bodrum looks to be completely sacked.
Huh. Can we see any, like, do they have like a wall all around?
They do.
Is there any breaches in the wall?
The wall itself is not breached, but several towers are over there and there and
Ah.
there, and the central keep itself is, well, it used to be 3 stories tall. Now it's about half a story.
Hmm. Yeah, that happens. We knew a lighthouse that did that too. It's the damnedest thing.
Must be a building plague going around.
Yeah, they go along with that fever plague going around.
Termites.
Yeah. Anyway, let's take a look. I mean, it's on our way, and who knows, there might be stuff to find.
All right, yeah, you head into the city. There's a lot of blood stains on the ground, but no bodies, save for the occasional, like, 7 foot tall warrior in bronze armor. You recognize these things.
Hmm.
It looks a lot like the same armored flesh golems that you encountered in the marshes towards the start of the campaign. The ones out near Lelesh and the Shrine Isle.
Was I even here for that one?
Oh shit, you might not have been. Yeah, you joined later.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The entire party wouldn't have been.
Really?
Nobody realizes what these are.
Fair Duel is currently the oldest party member.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, yeah, you can see a large number of these, like, 7 foot tall, bronze plated warriors dead on the ground. Not a trace of blood coming out of them, but plenty of blood stains.
Huh. Well, that's weird.
These things are so clumsy. Look at how many tomatoes they spilled.
Well, and given the fact that Faradul is a local, he would be aware what these are.
Oh.
These golems are historically were the honor guard and personal army of the God King when he was putting down the various warlords in the region.
Right. So why would they be here?
That's a good question.
Indeed. Just make a little mental note of that one and continue on to the main, the main building there and see if there's any things afoot there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you head there. Buildings collapsed. You can see there are some spots where the stonework turned molten and then re-solidified.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, whoever did this, there's definitely some magic involved.
Oh, for sure, yes.
Give it away.
Well, the fact that a lot of the stonework is melted. That don't normally happen. Give me an investigation check, though, as you guys look over more of this keep.
I am proficient. So I can help and give a bardic, or I can do it if nobody else is proficient.
Well, I certainly am not.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened?
We're investigating.
Investigation.
I can help. I'm pretty sure you're higher
Who's
though.
investigating?
Oh yeah, we have a wizard now.
Yeah, my investigation is probably no. I think Sluice is better actually.
Yeah, expertise.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
He has expertise.
Not an
Really good.
investigation.
Oh, okay. So we're all right
Just-
around +5 then.
You're only +5.
Yeah, I mean, my
I
investigation
only
is
have
+9.
an intelligence of 10.
I mean, my investigation is +9, so
Sinclair is not the
Alright.
smartest or the wisest, but he can talk his way into any damn room he wants to. I have
Yeah.
everything in charisma and dex.
No.
I'm an elf, so I'm a high elf, so I'm very smart.
Ah, you got the good green.
Yeah, so Eldrin is better at investigating than me. And I can also give a bardic.
I'm
And I
proficient,
can't
so I can help.
I need to get this cat off my lungs. Get out of here, cat.
How did they get inside your chest?
He's got claws.
Damn.
Yeah, they're a little sharp.
Put him through medical school.
Yeah, she's only
So-
20. She's too young for that.
So, yeah, Mister, you do have the highest investigation because, yeah, you're a wizard. So if you
Yes.
have proficiency in it, you're going to be better than unless I took expertise, which I didn't.
Yes. So
My
you want me to-
expertises are everywhere else.
So you want me to?
Yep. I'm helping, and Anya's giving you a bardic, so D12.
2d12, keep the higher
Oh,
one.
yeah, that's right.
Creation bard.
So I have
Yeah.
advantage and a creation bard.
Yep.
Your bardic is a 10 or a 12.
12. It's a 2d12, keep higher one.
Wow. Well, I don't think I think I don't have a problem passing that. Good.
Only a
God.
39.
Jesus. Oh my god, imagine my fucking stealth and thieves tools with that.
Man, I know
Imagine.
everything. My investigation skill is so well. I saw the flies that were here 2 days ago.
Imagine if you also had a fucking pass without trace on top of that.
Oh yeah. Pass without trace, creation bard, advantage.
Should have gotten some scrolls of that.
I would not decline them.
I don't know pass without trace. Okay, Gilbert. What did our low investigations tell us? Do we see anything out of the ordinary? Or do we see everything?
Remember, he keeps getting harassed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, I'm actually here. I just didn't want to interrupt you guys.
We were waiting on you.
I know, but you guys are, you know. So, you think there's someone underneath the wreckage? You can hear a muffled voice.
Under how much of the wreckage?
Fair amount.
I start moving it.
But would having a size a large chunk of the rubble move itself get this person out?
Well, I can't move it. I'm not strong enough.
That would definitely do something, yeah.
All right, animating performance. Can animate a large or smaller non-magical item I can see within 30 feet. I'm just going to animate the rubble over this person and have it move itself out of the way.
Yeah, yeah. The soundtrack for Disney's Fantasia kicks in. Instead of brooms and buckets of water, it's chunks of debris picking themselves off of each other. As eventually they stagger to the side of the pile and fall prone.
Look, I'm lazy. I don't want to do physical labor. That's what other people are for.
You can see down here is about a halfling-sized rat with a pair of spectacles and a nice vest, uh, along with a pile of scrolls, with an arrow sticking out of his haunch. Ah, thank you.
No worries. What the
You,
hell happened
you look like he got stuck a little bit by somebody. Do you need healing?
There's an arrow in my haunch. Yes, please.
All right, I'm gonna pull it out on 3, and I'm just gonna pull it out as I say 3 and cast Healing Word.
Squeak and squeak and squeaker.
Don't worry, I've done this plenty of times. And people usually walk away from it too.
You can clearly see that this is an elven arrow.
Elves. What?
Hey, we got one of those. Do you know a lot of different elven cultures? Like, do you know who would make this kind of arrow? I'll toss it over to
The good
Elgin.
elves like me and everything else. There is nothing but I am the only race of elf. Everything else is a mongrel.
What?
I am a high elf. Everything else is a mongrel.
Oh. Um, does this come from proper elves or mongrels then?
I don't know. Let me look. How do I look and tell about the arrow?
Well, you take a good look at it.
Investigation.
Indeed.
Well, I can help.
Yeah, I can throw another bardic at this, and I'm also proficient with smith tools if that would help. I guess a 40's not that bad for investigation.
Uh-huh.
Alright, Gilbert, what's the IP address of the guy who made this arrow?
And his social security number.
In fact, yes. This is an arrow made by elves who are in fact not mongrels. Probably from the islands, way, 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 way to the west.
It's a high elf arrow?
Yes.
Ooh. I'm already respecting it and wondering how it got here. Why would a high elf arrow be here? Our people are not known for this area.
Are they like an isolationist?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's
I don't
Yeah.
know. In this world, are they, Gilbert?
Yeah.
Okay.
so it's more likely they're here on a military campaign than they sold this arrow to some foreigners.
I don't know if they sold the arrow. They probably lost it.
I guess. Or
But that
someone.
means, why is it here in the first place?
Unless someone went through the trouble of stealing the arrow from your islands in some.
Or there's a group of them here that have these arrows.
So either they're here fighting, they sold this arrow to someone here, or someone is trying to frame them for sacking the city.
Fucking gnomes.
Uh,
I bet you it was the gnomes' fault.
yeah, we'll see. Um, what, is there a library in, well, was there a library in the city that we can sift through the rubble of and try and find something useful for research?
There was not. The settlement was predominantly military and agricultural.
Oh.
Well, then how did they get elvish arrows here? Is there like a blacksmith?
Well, if it's a military and agricultural, yeah, there's probably a few blacksmiths. Both militaries and agriculture are going to need quite a bit of smithing done.
I'd find out if any of them have had seen elvish arrows come through here. Any of the shops or something. So
The
I can have
place
them
was
sell
raised to
these
the.
off. Or, you know.
This whole place has been raised.
Oh,
We
well,
are.
never mind.
We are.
Actually, has it all been raised? Because we only know that like, the central building and some of the towers were raised, but like, were the rest of the buildings raised, Gilbert?
Is there anyone here?
There is signs of fire damage, but no, you haven't seen the signs of any people.
And this arrow was found. Oh, that means there was an elf hit squad here. If this town was raised and elvish arrows are here, that means an elf group attacked this place. I mean, that's what I draw anyway. They tried to annihilate these sniveling whatever lived here. Humans, probably.
And some halflings.
They're bugs. Do you ever stop to learn the name of bugs?
Yes.
Well,
They never respond.
It does make it more personal when you turn them into a pile of ashes.
No, that's usually my response to everything. You know, fireball.
Oh, impersonal. Wow.
Are there any more of these arrows around, or is this the only one we find amongst the raised town?
There are a few more if you guys kind of scope out the surrounding buildings.
No bodies of either side.
As you guys kind of poke around, there is the occasional civilian casualty, but for the most part, there are no bodies, save for the armored golems.
Okay. The dead civilians that we find are killed by arrows or blades.
Yeah.
Yeah, an elvish. Why are the oh god? We can't annihilate another race, Gilbert.
What, elves?
Genocide. We can't genocide another race for this game, man.
Why not?
Who?
We've already done it.
I mean, we've done it once. Well, Gilbert, we'll continue this campaign next time. We won't be able to play elves. We'll be able to play gnomes. All we're restricted to is humans.
Well, you know, once you
Done
start
killed
doing
everything else.
Then we'll go for the mages and anyone with spell casting.
We'll make the Empire of Man because we're the only ones left.
And then we'll get rid of the half casters, and then we'll get rid of the marshals, and eventually all that will be left is commoners.
and God Emperor Faradul.
The Lord of
I'll
Cheese.
want to comment. I might not know what a sword is, but I'll be damned if I can't wash some dishes.
All right, so I believe we have a. What about like tracks or markings? Do we find any of those? Like to signify how many people there were on either side. Like
Hey, give me a
the
survival
shape-
check.
Damn. Well, that's the one skill I'm not good at. Who's
Aha.
better at survival?
I
Aha.
have a +5.
All right, let the cheese lord handle it.
I can help. Paradul.
I can give another bardic.
I can give one of my bardics too. I mean, how many bardics do you have?
5 on a short rest. Will be the third I'm using. I don't use them often in combat.
And that was 2d12. Keep highest one.
Yes.
God.
Anya's
figured-
very inspirational today.
Yeah.
You gonna roll some other than nat 20s on those investigation checks?
Apparently
My
not.
willingness to pawn off all the physical labor and like mentally exhausting tasks onto the rest of the party is apparently truly an inspiration of the ages.
Well, as you kind of poke around the settlement, yeah, so you poke around the settlement. It looks like the population fled out of the north gate and then followed the road and the river.
What's the next? Keep going.
It looks like there was a pretty reasonably sized battle here, involving looks like it might have been maybe 200 combatants, and they got hit pretty hard.
Right.
There's about 50 of these dead golems, and there are a lot of missing bodies of the attackers. Given all the blood stains, you think maybe about 130.
All right, but there's no bodies of either side.
No,
Like,
there's bodies of the God King's golems, but no elven bodies. It looks like they were recovered.
Okay. So where
Must
does
be.
this? So the road, where does it go? Is there a camp up that way that we know about, or do we not know?
Well, up the road, if you follow that, would take you to the settlement of Telemere, and then about half a day's travel to Akhet, the capital city itself.
God. This is not good.
If we want, I can ride out on my Pegasus because it is going to be much faster than someone on foot, especially a large group. See if I can catch up with them, get some answers, and see what happened.
Sure.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend if it's a group of 140 battle-hardened elven warriors. I wouldn't recommend you flying up to check on them.
I mean,
No,
I
I'm not
mean, if
gonna.
you want to fly ahead to Akhed and alert their guard that that this happened, that would be better because
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
The,
That would
the
be a
elves,
good idea.
the elves were an initial force around 200, and there's enough blood for 130, I think he said.
Yes.
So if they've taken
Massive casualties. They probably
They've
pulled back
taken
somewhat.
65% casualties, give or take. That is horrific casualties, especially for what's likely to not be their last siege plan on this campaign.
It's probably true. They would have to rally back at they would pull back, secure their bodies, and yeah.
But if they're carrying on average 2 bodies for every walking person,
How
You're
high can you
assuming the
get?
dead stayed down. Why are there no bodies? Why would they waste all their time picking their bodies up?
they're probably moving it to a camp somewhere to resurrect or bury
Well,
them or
fly up and get us a bird's
reanimate.
eye view. See how far around you can get.
Well, I mean, I can
Yeah.
do the same.
Well, yeah, okay.
You scout
If
north, I scout, or you scout east, I
I,
scout west, because we know they went north.
I was going to suggest I split off, go after the refugees, let the town ahead, well, the capital know, and you handle the area around here.
Sure.
All right. You
Oh yeah,
may.
Gilbert. I have a griffin, by the way.
Alrighty.
Anya gave me a fine greater steed,
That's the
and
problem with
I
humans.
can just cast it.
That's the problem with humans. They need something to help them fly.
Dude, I'm a fucking half elf.
Then how can you not fly?
Sinclair snaps his fingers and turns invisible. Because I don't need to.
I can still
Um,
see you.
Yes, that's worth a spell scroll.
all right. I'm going to fly up the road then, head north towards where all the refugees were evacuating to, and see if I can't catch up with them. I'll fly at like 1,000 feet off the ground because I'm not going to be subtle about it, so I might as well stay out of weapons range.
All right. Yeah, you fly. It. What's the speed of your mount?
90 feet fly speed. It's going to take a while.
Are you kidding? You basically make it to Telmere in like an hour.
Oh, I thought that was the one that was half a day away.
No.
Okay. Well, I guess at triple the speed on foot, that would be almost half a day on foot.
Exactly.
All right. Anyways.
Yeah. So it's about 1, 2. Yeah, it's half a day to Telmere and then a full day to Akkad, or given that you're flying on a pretty fast mount, yeah, you make it to Telmere pretty damn quick. You can see plainly elven banners raised on the major buildings of the settlement.
How do we know they're elven? Because they're pompous.
Very.
Can I see like anyone out and about?
Yes. You can see what looks to be a force of about 800 persons at this settlement.
All right. Well, if any of them look up, I'll wave and just continue on my way. Thousand feet altitude should be well outside of just about anything short of like a meteor swarm.
Speaking of which, Dex, I'm just kidding.
What an odd thing to say.
Turns out a third of them are fucking high level casters. It's not one meteor storm.
Not one meteor storm, 250 deck saves.
As they cast them simultaneously around your position, so no matter which way you go, you have to keep going through them.
Yeah, you keep flying overhead, eventually reaching the crossing, where you can see a dug-in position of elves. Uh, Looks like they're engaging in battle at the bridge that crosses the river here, with a group of regular human soldiery. The, uh, the regular soldiery is not doing great in this fight.
Obviously.
Hey, you know what turned the tide of the battle? A platinum rod from God.
Um,
I don't know.
Funny you
Support
should
that.
mention that.
Anya can swing it. This is how she killed the dragon. Drop
There's a reason
giant
I
chunk
don't
of
need.
platinum.
There's a reason I didn't join this party for money. I don't need it. I have stuff that I want when I want it.
Do it for the lols.
Post scarcity bard.
So the problem with platinum rod from gods is platinum is a very hard and very strong element. It's great at getting through tough hides and equally strong stone and metals. Not so great at causing widespread damage. So, if we were to use something much more brittle,
Why
like
not just a 15-foot cube of ball bearings?
technically it has to be an individual item.
Oh.
I got a
So
Yeah.
question.
I could
I got
make a 15-foot
15
size
foot,
huge ball bearing.
a 15-foot cube of solid nitroglycerin.
I've got
Um,
a
DM question?
time-based question. Yeah, DM question. How long were we on the ship till we got here? I missed that. I apologize.
45 days of scribing, so you could make a single 4th level and have 5 extra days.
Oh, a single 4th level?
Or, I'm sorry,
but
a single 5th level.
That'll work. I'll take my 5th level.
And then you'd have,
Yeah.
5 days so you can make a second and 2 firsts.
That'll
if
work too.
instead of platinum, I were to drop, say, granite, marble, sandstone, glass,
Marble.
ceramic, something brittle.
Marble's the most brittle of heavy stone.
Yeah. If I were to drop a size huge block of marble, that would break and cause a lot of shrapnel to go flying into the ranks of whatever poor bastard I drop it on. Out of curiosity, Gilbert, how big of a target are the elven ranks?
Not very. They tend to take a looser formation.
Damn it.
Granted, they are mostly skirmishing here.
Well, can I see one that looks like they're giving out orders?
Yeah.
Or wonderful. I want to cast Ye Olde Artillery Shell on him. I'm gonna throw a giant block of marble at him and hope that the shrapnel and the impact kill him.
Why not a gigantic ceramic lawn gnome?
I mean, he's got point the velocity.
I could. And then that would just make the surviving elves even more mad at gnomes. Under your genius. Alright, change of plans. Giant ceramic gnome lawn dart from low orbit. And I'm really just making the one pass at it. It the if the
You
gnomish lawn dart does make a meaningful impact on the morale of the elves, great. If not, I'm still heading to the capital to let them know they've got a force coming their way.
all right? Yeah. So your gnome lawn dart smashes in, injuring this leading elf and his honor guard, but they are still up. As you keep on flying past to the city. As you, it takes about another hour as you fly, you pass over the occasional uh, train of refugees, and make it to the city, where you can see there is currently at least some kind of battle going. There's a fire that's broken out in one of the districts, and you can see uh, clashes between small groups of elves and the city guard taking place on and near this massive ziggurat in the center of the city.
Oh boy. Um, hmm. This is, as the kids say, suboptimal. Uh, how long would it take to make a pass to the city from the air and just find out where the fighting is the thickest?
Uh, you think it'll take about, given the size of the city, maybe 30 minutes?
How long would a battle of this scale take to have a meaningful impact?
Well, it's not a huge battle. It looks like a bunch of skirmishing. Um, that really depends on the combatants and what their goal is.
Uh, all right. How much of the city can I see from up here? Like, can I get a sense of like a quarter of the city, how thick the fighting is?
Yeah, so as you fly around, it looks like most of the fighting is actually concentrated at a couple of strategic boulevards leading to the central ziggurat. The city itself is mirrored on all parts, it is perfectly symmetrical. And it looks like most of that fighting is taking place at these boulevards to the ziggurat.
All right. Well, the party doesn't know where I went off to, so I'm gonna just provide air support. And if you want to hand wave that and have it going on in the background while the party does all their stuff, I'm fine with that.
All right. Yeah. It sounds like what you'd be doing is some kind of strafing, anyways, which I don't think we'll need to be too worried about. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Well, I was circling the city to see if there was any elven encampments nearby, or town, or wherever we are.
Yeah, so you're circling Bodrum?
Yep. That leaves Faradul, Faya, Eldrin, and Dern on the ground in the village, or town still.
Give me a perception check as you fly around.
A perception check. Spyglass.
Indeed. You do manage to spot a couple groups of people hiding in like bushes and shrubbery near the city, and a group of refugees headed to the northeast to the town of Lamech.
No elven encampments.
No signs of elven encampment.
All right, I'll get closer to the ground and see if I can pick up the elven foot trail then. What Faradul and I sussed out in the city.
Yeah, it looks like they moved up to the northwest towards
All right.
Telomere.
The rest of us are probably moving that way along the ground, right?
Yeah, the wagons and stuff like that. So
Yeah, good.
oh yeah, how many days of overland travel was it, Gilbert?
4.
4? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll circle back and reconnect with the party and, land and walk with them.
All right. Yeah, it takes about half a day to reach Telomere, which you can see ahead of your arrival that there are elven banners flying in the breeze. Looks like they're blue and white with a green sword that's on fire.
All right. Well, I'll do a high pass and fly over the city and see if I can count how many elves are in here, if they just left their banners before we get too close.
Yeah, you fly over. Give me a perception check.
Spyglass.
Yeah. Looks like a damn, really burn your 20s on this. Looks like about 200 elves.
All right. Am I? Well, I suppose Eladrin might be familiar with the banner.
Eldrin? Mister?
Yes.
Ruffles asked you a question.
What'd you ask, Ruffles? Sorry.
Are you familiar with this elven banner?
I haven't seen it yet, have I? You're flying up there. We're walking behind them. How did we?
No, he's walking with you. Give me a history check because you can see the banners.
Oh, okay.
Sword on a green field that's on fire.
Ah.
No. Green sword on a blue and white field,
Oh,
Okay.
and it's on fire.
What does that give
All
me?
right. So This is the Order of Emerald Knights.
Do I know who that is?
Yes. They have a rather. It is a noble reputation, but a rather grim one. They tend to undertake your homeland's more necessary evil
Oh, so there
type
is a reason
operations.
they are here. Ah, I see. Well, this changes how Eldrin will play this then. These are the holy knights of my kingdom. They're here for a reason. That I will not. Yeah, no. I suggest we find the leader of them and ask him why he's invading. I should probably do it because he probably won't talk to the humans.
I mean, I could always ask him.
Oh, you're serious?
Sure.
I think that would. I think that would. I think that would not go well for. Well, he can be comic relief, so he might have a sense of humor, but he is a holy knight, so he probably won't have a sense of humor.
Ah, but I'm also a holy knight. I can speak holy knight to him.
You know, this is going to be insanely funny, so let's do this. Yes. I will let
One moment.
the gnome talk to the leader of the holy knights. Yes! The racist band of knights. I will let the gnome talk to him. I know, right?
I got my water bottle. All right, so you're going to try to approach?
Yeah, just walk right up to him.
Yes, we're letting.
Whistling a jaunty traveling tune.
I'm letting the gnome go first, but I am keeping an eye on him. Just for the sheer comedic value, because maybe they have a sense of humor. Maybe they'll take it as an offering. I don't know.
All right, so you begin approaching the encampment, and you're like, hold on, let me check what it is. Yeah, at about 600 feet away, an arrow zips out from the encampment and takes off the very tip of your hat turn.
Did I see where that arrow came from the air?
Yes.
I send one back.
I mean,
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Don't shoot at my friends.
I mean,
Right, aim. Shooting flat. Aiming.
That hits.
It's not about hurting him.
It's a good.
It's about sending a message.
How high up are you?
About 500.
All right.
The arrow reached terminal velocity.
Well, basically, I didn't shoot at anybody in particular. I shot at the person who shot at Dern.
That is someone in particular.
I was going to say, that sounds an awful lot like
literally
someone in
the
particular.
definition of someone in particular.
Well, I mean,
very
I didn't shoot at
specific
just
someone.
anybody. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't shoot at just anybody. I shot at the person who fired a bow.
They're knife shooters. They don't have a sense of humor.
I don't even just say it. I just draw the line. People start rolling an ish.
Well, I
All
mean,
right.
it's better than what I thought was going to happen.
More than
I
one?
thought they were gonna,
Yeah.
you know, Oh, I knew they wasn't gonna kill him. It would have been too comical not to let him get closer and shoot pieces of his hat off as he moves closer. That's more fun, but you know.
Are you saying that these elves would engage in a game of one-upsmanship?
Yes, I am saying that exactly. Yes. Because if they are high elves, yes. And these are humans and a gnome, yes. They're definitely going to make themselves seem better.
I mean, you're right, but you don't have to call them out like that.
I mean, I am a high elf. I know.
So why are we fighting these guys again?
I'm not.
They shot at you.
You rolled
No,
initiative,
they
you're fighting
didn't.
them.
Okay.
They shot the tip of your head off. He shot one of their dudes who shot the tip of your head off. And just like that, battle is engaged.
And just like that, the war begins.
Unfortunately, statistically, yeah, no.
Like, they're knife ears. They can't take a joke.
Nope. I want to point out that he specifically knocked the tip off his hat. He could have shot him, but he knocked the tip off his hat.
And now
So
he'll
I
never
would.
fire a bow again.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
fired their warning shot, we fired ours. Ours was better.
Okay.
I'm warning you. I'm warning you. I warned you.
Yeah, we're doing the equivalent of like they put a shot across our bow. Sucks to be them. Put ours through theirs.
Potato, potato. Anya, fire the kinetic kill vehicle.
Sinclair?
Well, I'll get a little bit closer, so I'll fly the Griffin 80 feet. And I'll shout out. I would advise shooting at my friend. He may be small, but he's not harmless. I mean, shouting across a football stadium at him, but
Football stadium and change.
or 20-ish.
Like I said, and change.
So what are you trying to do with that statement?
Basically, I'm just telling him like that. The reason that I fired a shot back is you don't shoot at my friend. Like, I'm not holding my bow in an attack position. I drop my bow back to my side.
Attempt at de-escalation.
After shooting it, dude. All right.
After he shot my dude.
But
Yeah,
he
you have
didn't
to-
hit your guy though. You shot him.
You have
All
to
right. All right.
escalate.
Hold on. Everyone settle down. Is that all you're doing?
Uh-huh.
Alrighty. Eldrin.
I cast a spell, greater invisibility, and then I move away from the party.
What direction and how far?
As far as I can get away from them. I do not want to engage those elves. I do not want to join this battle. I am leaving. I mean, these are my people I've known for hundreds of years. I've known these idiots for a month.
2 months.
2 months. What? Who am I going to side with? My own people or a bunch, because I'm a racist, or a bunch of humans that I just met?
Eldrin,
I'm running
Okay.
away from this battle.
Eldrin, think of
Alright.
it this way. Since you've met us, you haven't met but one gnome.
And that was one gnome too many.
Alrighty. So, Eldrin disappears. DM1. Well, they're going to respond with violence. Violence onto violence, as it were.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
As
Yeah.
a group of 25 of these elves open up with their longbows at Sinclair.
At long range.
At long range. Weirdly enough, these guys don't have sharpshooter. Huh. No, more you know. Yeah, as they open fucking fire.
But do they have elven accuracy or the elven ability?
Elven accuracy doesn't matter if you have disadvantage. Elven accuracy only matters if you have advantage.
Hmm.
Why do you think I took it? Because I can aim.
Elven inaccuracy. Roll 3 times to take the lowest.
I thought that was a gnome feat. Why aren't they rolling at disadvantage?
Because they're also all rogues.
I was trying to figure out what I could roll and, forgot to actually include the disadvantage.
There's an easier way to roll this. Sinclair, what's your armor class?
17, but if anything gets above that, it would be 22 for shield. Two hits, 3 hits.
Please consult my massive fucking roll pool.
Armor class is 22 with shield.
6.
Yeah.
I got
1, 2, 3 in the first group. 1 crit, 2 hits, so 4,
How
5.
far is he from me?
5 and a crit, way above you. I'm out of range. 5 and a
1,
crit,
6 feet.
6 and a crit, 7 and a crit, 8 and a crit, 9 and a crit, 10 and a crit.
I got 11. What?
Are you including
Well,
the crit
10
in that
and a
count?
crit. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 and a crit.
10 and a crit. Yeah. Good God. They chose violence. The 100. Wow.
That's
Wow.
fine.
Oh my God.
Only 100 damage.
Holy shit.
Were they aiming for him or his bird?
He
Him.
said me. It's not a bird, it's a griffin.
Whatever.
Damn, that many d8s at once. That's a lot of damage.
Yep. Is that all they do on their turn?
That is DM1, yeah.
That was their final warning shot.
Yep, so that's DM1. DM2. These assholes begin firing on the party. We're about 600 feet away. So they're gonna open fire. Let's see. There's Dern, Thea, Faradul. That's all I can see. This is heading at Dern.
Two hits.
And when they get, y'all get
Sorry,
close,
correction.
they're
3
gonna-
hits. I didn't see that 21 there.
Wow, y'all get closer, they're gonna. Oof.
Get closer. He has to walk 5 feet away.
All right, now Thea.
I think you got 2 hits on Thea.
3.
Oh, 3?
My AC is 20.
Oh. I mean, that's really not gonna. Yeah.
28 points of damage to Thea. This is magical piercing, by the way. Faradul.
They're pretty far away, aren't they?
Look at these rolls. What hits you?
Oh, let's see here. One.
Oh my god. That's a waste.
6 points of damage.
Well, that's just rude.
Faradul explodes.
He was hit with the new arrows.
All right, that's DM2. DM3. These guys are going to. Man, the fucking scale on this. These guys are going to begin rushing out the front gates, charging in your direction.
Oh my god, what did y'all do? I told
That's
you
what I
they
don't
were-
get. A group
I
of
told you you were
adventurers doesn't
holy
require
knights.
this kind of fucking force, so it is what it is, but here we are.
I told you this was a holy battalion of holy knights. I told you this. That I was going to use the gnome as a joke to try to pacify them because he's funny looking. He's the only one in existence. And
There's just
I
this
knew,
one elf that's really smarting from an arrow that got him.
I mean, I knew if we responded with violence, yeah.
Faradul. Think you
Walk
can
back
take all
5 feet.
200?
Walk back
No.
5 feet.
I think I'm gonna, run back 80 feet. Because 200. Look, I might be good, but 200 bit much. So, time to Billy Big Steps the other way. And that's the end of my turn.
Alrighty. DM4. These guys do some shit in the camp. Thea.
So, we're running away.
It was an army that, yes, run away. No, you don't have to run away. Take off.
All right. Well, yeah, I run like 60 feet at maximum. They dealt 28 damage in a round. That's 280. I'm not gonna make it, so I'm gonna go the other way.
So just if it helps you guys with your decision making, If you kill all 200 of them by the end of the session, you'll each individually be making 76,666.66666666. A lot of demons have been summoned here, apparently.
Hey, man, go ahead.
An infinite number, actually, because that's 2/3 of an experience, which is infinitely repeating sixes.
There's 4 of
No, I'm
you.
just
Y'all
gonna.
should be able to handle it.
I'll just follow the Lord of the Cheese.
Cheese Lord.
Also, I'm activating my hill rune. So I resist their piercing. Because you said that they were 600 feet away?
Yeah.
I can't do anything at that range. Well, the archers are 660 feet away from me now.
Indeed. Dern?
Oh, Lord.
They touched my hat.
Oh, God. God. Your body's not ready yet, so don't take off just yet. It's still gestating in the box.
So, I just
How
kind
long-
of plant my
Well-
staff there.
How long does the body need to gestate for?
120 days.
120
Okay,
days.
yeah.
It's
So we still.
gestating in
I was like, I thought it was. I was thinking 90. I was like, we're actually right there.
Yeah. And
I mean,
I'm
it's a known
just
body.
gonna yell out
So maybe 90.
that I am Dern Kneecappa, the High Gnomer and Paladin of the Lorebard.
Oh, God.
One of you shot my hat and owes me 2 silver pieces for the tailoring.
I mean, that may de-escalate because it's hard to shoot people when you're laughing.
Will the person who owes me 2 silver pieces please raise your hand so that we can settle this? I hold up one of the like I just pull out one of those arrows that hit me in the armor and start waving it about. I do not accept arrows as currency. And then I just sit there, while also, because I'm not completely like 100% retarded, cast sanctuary on myself.
That's a whole lot of wisdom saves. I'd holler down. He's the one with an arrow in his shoulder. I hit him for you.
All right. So, am I to understand this correctly that the rest of you are fleeing?
Yes.
I'm roving. I'll be.
And this is Dern.
God.
Man. But no, I would get out of range of the archers, but stay as Overwatch on Dern.
I'm invisible, but I'm still watching over Dern because I can't believe he did that. That actually made me chuckle. It made me stop running and go, the fuck? So, yeah, I want to see how this plays out. He's a brave little gnome.
So, as the rest of the party routes to the edge of the map, Dern, the High Gnomer Kneecappa, stands his ground in the middle of the path as this group of elves continues to charge the position before eventually they just kind of break into a nice jog. And then they start charging again, and then they break into a jog, and kind of walk through it. And then they continue to charge. Until eventually, this a group
Just walk up to him, probably.
Yeah, I'm just standing there like, okay, guys.
of 50 elves reaches your position, Dern.
Yeah.
I was thinking of this.
Yes. Very much this. Only it's like, a shit ton of elves. Dern, they have you surrounded.
Okay.
As an elf steps forward. His hand closed in a fist, and he holds it out over you.
It has 2 silver pieces in it.
As he drops 2 silver pieces down to you.
I catch it and say, well, I'm glad we could clear up that misunderstanding. So, what's all this about? I was walking around here and someone takes a shot at my hat.
I cannot believe that worked.
Gilbert, how many rounds would it take for them to get to
1
him?
second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Hold on here.
mechanically because I'm going to be cure woundsing myself the entire time. To get all 100 of my HP back.
Yeah,
So I'm
I
not at
made
8.
business rounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end my greater invisibility in that amount of time. Shit.
600 feet? No, you could still have it up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's only if they're dashing. What was it? Every 5 rounds? I think we like average math.
So they're basically dashing 90 feet, running 30, dashing 90, running 30.
Okay, so 120 every 2 rounds.
Yeah.
50 feet a round, so 10 rounds. Takes them a minute.
So that's 10 cure wounds. So I'll roll those individually because I might not need 10.
Yeah. Unbreakable.
Literally a class feature. I'm immune to frighten.
All right.
It's only for a
Resistance
minute. So
technically-
yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll go ahead and
Can I dodge heal?
end my greater invisibility.
Fucking sure we were in initiative.
I only need to do it once.
Damn it. I just thought of something. I thought of something better than
All right. Yes.
something better than dropping or maybe not better than dropping a ceramic gnome wand on that captain or whatever the hell, but better than my original idea of a granite block. I should have dropped like a giant whale corpse. Well, I guess it would have been a small whale corpse, but still size huge.
What about a bowl of petunias?
Oh, whale corpse exploding. Oh.
Yeah, because it explodes. It's a horrific mess.
And it stinks.
It stinks to high hell, and because I'm a creation bard. Oh, that's another thing. All the little pieces of gnome dart shrapnel for 5 hours are going to be making wah, 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 just on loop.
God, that's
'Cause, the things I make with performance of creation
I'm just
can
kidding.
create music.
Anya's getting banned from the soundboard.
You fool, I am the soundboard.
I got banned from the soundboard.
Yeah. But all the gnomes disappeared just like this. All right.
Gilbert, it disappeared.
No. Okay. So screwing around aside, I do believe Dern was attempting to be sociable.
Well, I mean, yeah, they paid me for the damage to my hat, so we're all good there. You know, there's no reason to be hostile. I don't have to take it out of their hides. So, yeah, I was just curious. So I just asked them, you know, and that whole, like, you know, going for a walk one day and all of a sudden, elven army, what's going on?
The elf looks down at you. Do me a favor. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Let's see if they'll even give you the time of day beyond,
Natural 3.
I mean,
No,
I was
one
expecting
off.
that.
I was expecting
As
a 1 for all the 20s we rolled.
as the elves begin to break their encirclement and kind of fall back to the camp, this elf kind of just looks at you and, we're here to kill someone.
I look at like the 600 elven warriors. And I'm who requires this much like what kind of like greater demon are you fighting that you need this much force to kill one thing?
Not a demon.
Well, that's good. The last one made a huge mess.
It's called the Autochthonar. It's in the keep, the ziggurat of the capital city here.
Do I know what that is?
What Autochthonar? Yeah, give me a straight intelligence check for your knowledge of language.
Meanwhile, I would just reply while he's thinking about that. I've never heard of such a creature. What is a autocrat?
Am I standing close enough to get Dern's aura?
My aura doesn't help with
affect
ability
your skill?
checks.
Why would his aura affect your skill?
My aura does not affect ability checks. Just saves.
Oh,
Is there a paladin's aura that does?
I don't know.
Because I want to be that paladin.
There's a bard aura that does.
The power of music and friendship.
So, Eldrin, autochthonous would mean like literally from the earth. Based on the title for that, it is some kind of creature like fundamentally born from the earth itself. Typically, the term would be used for like populations, so a local population instead of a migrant population.
Mm-hmm. And how many elves are in this group?
That you see here, about 200.
This is just the warriors we see, right?
Yeah,
Doesn't
there are
count
200 of these warriors here, like at this site. There's about 50 near Dern.
It's not good. This is not good.
Sorry.
Does
You had said.
Eldrin-
What?
Does Eldrin say, person made of dirt or anything along those lines?
Yeah, I tell y'all what he's talking about.
Okay. Yeah, so when I land, I would pull the 11 arrows out of me and hand them back to the leader. And then with minor illusion, create an image of Loam.
Image of what?
The elf glares at that. You've seen it.
I'm friends with it. I didn't know it was an abomination. He seemed like a pretty swell guy. Actually helpful.
most abominations do try to play themselves off as something good.
So, what, like, actually evil acts has he done? Like, all I've ever seen him do is, you know, forge a couple of weapons and cast a couple of spells. Nothing really, all great and mighty works.
Hold on.
What are they talking about? The thing that in
Loam, the giant dude that's been helping us for a majority of the campaign.
oh yeah, okay. Oh.
Yeah, that's why as soon as he said, a being made of earth, I was like, oh, Loam. Yeah, we know him. Here, let me make a picture for you.
Well, it could
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah. Well,
another like.
Eldarin doesn't know him, but y'all do.
Yeah, Eldrin hasn't met him yet.
Right, and Durr's asking, like, what evil acts has this guy done? Because he's seen him a couple of times, but every time he was just like, a normal person. Well,
Which kind of
giant, but a normal person.
Well, I mean, didn't we fought like an evil loam in the dungeons, right? So I mean, maybe
Yeah,
this would
we,
be
we
another.
fought Mustache Loam in the other side of the world, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I mean, there could be more than one mustache loam.
Oh, you're talking about in
That's
the
true.
dwarf thing we fought?
Yeah.
Yeah, the rune clay golem.
Yeah.
I mean, it might not be loam. It's just another being like loam.
Wait, was that a clay golem or a flesh golem?
Clay.
Clay, yeah. Well, because you use flesh golems for other things, it's hard to keep them straight.
Plus, it doesn't help that the flesh golem is named after a type of, clay dirt.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, in that case, then when I show an image of Loam, that would be a flesh golem, then, right?
Correct.
So then he wouldn't react that way.
He definitely reacted that way.
Oh, okay.
About 4 months ago, that creature broke into our capital's palace, slew quite a few of our highest, most important leaders, broke into a vault, and stole several magical artifacts of rather great import. One of which, a ritual dagger, which had recently been moved to that location, was also taken.
Oh.
That doesn't sound like this guy. Hang on. Sinclair recasts Minor Illusion and shows the clay golem with the rune in his chest. Was it this guy?
There were 2 of those, but no, it was definitely the one made of flesh.
Well, this guy's dead. We made mud pies with him.
I should hope so. We've killed 2.
And this was, then Sinclair would explain like where Podunku is if they don't know, or if they do. Like, this was north of here on, this continent, or on this side of the continent or whatever.
I assume when you say that they were magic items of great import, you're not just speaking culturally. That, like, they're actually powerful, can bring about an apocalypse of some kind type magical artifacts.
Not all of them, but yes.
Why would he want them?
We don't know.
Why did he come here? To the ziggurat in, not Pedunku, but Akadur.
On that, we're not entirely certain. Other than we know him to be some creation of this backwater people's god king.
I mean, we can ask him if you want.
You can see the elf kind of weighing things in his mind.
Costs you nothing, and it might save elven lives if we can end this diplomatically.
Give me a persuasion check.
Do I have advantage?
Yeah, you and Dern are working this together.
All right.
Do it. Let's see what you can learn.
Okay.
Sinclair hands the 11 arrows to him. You guys dropped these.
Oh, is there like a banner or something we can display to show that we've been given safe conduct through your lines, just to avoid any apparel-related incidents in the future?
Yeah, if you could write us up a letter of marque, that would be greatly appreciated.
I'll hold off on that till I hear what information you can glean.
But how are we supposed to get there if your guys are going to shoot at us? That was more my question of getting through your lines. Because I assume you've surrounded and are laying siege to Akad-Ur at this point.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought Sinclair was going to try sending or something.
Oh, no.
No, we're literally just asking for, like, an artifact we can display as a way of telling the elves that we're about to walk up behind while armed that we are not hostile to them. And that their higher-ups have agreed to let us through their lines. Usually this would be like a letter of safe passage or like safe conduct.
Yeah, he has one of the elves get a tablet. Made out of gold. It's big. It's ostentatious. Very, very clearly elven.
So, out of game, hang on. Refresh my memory. He's talking about the elven manor that was
Out of game, yeah, he's
right?
probably referring to the that dagger we were supposed to steal and that sent all the gnomes to
Okay.
Neverland.
This
Vinder's
again
Scamperdom.
comes back
Yeah,
to the party.
Vinder's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because remember,
that's what I thought.
because remember when they asked us to steal it, we just straight up warned them, like, "Hey, by the way, the gnomes are after this."
And then we used it to make a copy and brought it back to him.
Right. And then, because my guy has a 6 intelligence, forgot that he had swapped it out, that it was a fake, and so didn't realize he should stop them, As far as he's aware, that ritual was a complete success.
What do you mean as far as he's aware? Of course it was. Complete success.
Exactly.
And then they pulled the funniest prank they ever did.
Yep. It's a good thing Dern's got a good sense of humor.
Fantastic sense of humor.
All right, I was just making sure. But we never stole the dagger, though, did we? We used it to make a copy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, we made a fake, and they used the fake in the ritual, hence all the gnomes going kapoo.
Yep. Right. And then he seems to have claimed that the dagger was then moved after that event to a more secure location in their homeland.
Right,
then it was taken.
They concentrated all of their powerful loot in one location, and then Loam did what we would have done if we were slightly different types of adventurers. Namely, broke in and looted the
deep
place.
Strike.
Yeah, and looted the place.
Okay, well,
so we have an elvish version of this crap. Okie doke.
Yeah.
Diplomatic passport.
Basically.
All right.
This is going to be interesting.
Well, we tie it to the dragon skull and start heading towards the capital. Just let it dangle from the top of the cart.
So Anya, how are you helping the defense?
Right, we're handling everything diplomatically. Anya's sitting there, just like
What's the thing
deploying massed artillery and kinetic
I was gonna
kill
say, what's the
vehicles
thing
against
that she
that.
can cast? That she can also cast in her Pegasus? That star thing?
Round of stars. The
Yeah.
problem with that is it's got a range of 120 feet, which would put me well into bow range. Kinetic kill vehicles, however, don't have a range. Their range is gravity.
The range is down.
Be right back.
How often can you do that? Create the creation bit.
Once per, I think, short or long rest, and then another time for second or higher level spell slot.
Okay.
So like 15 times a day.
Well, as far as Dern's concerned, like that was a completely successful negotiation. Let's just keep going. I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
No, nothing would ever go wrong, especially not with our party. Especially not after one person split off under the assumption that everything that wasn't us is going to be hostile.
And back.
Sorry. So how many times you kinetic kill vehicling? Kill vehicling?
I'm going to go with 10 to save a. Actually, how many spell slots do I have? Ba-ba-ba. 2, 3,
Wait, I thought you could only do that once every short rest.
I can do it once for free every long rest, and then I can use a second or higher level spell slot to do it again. So if I throw like 8 spell slots at it,
You can
that'll
do
get me
that from
9 uses.
second up? Holy
Yes.
fuck.
It is a third level feature. It only gets really broken at level 14 because that removes the gold limit on it.
So you can
Normally,
do shit like make platinum, huge size platinum chunks and drop them on shit. Yep. I
yeah,
understand now.
until level 14, there's a gold limit of 20 times my bard level and a size limit that scales up from, I think, size medium.
Oh, holy jumping Jesus!
Oh,
Oh God, the elves at this place.
it also comes with up to my charisma modifier in size small creations. So,
I mean, fuck, we might not even need the fucking diplomatic tablet.
small change of plans. No more big kinetic kill missiles only. They're getting a size huge whale, and then 4 small kinetic kill missiles.
Sorry. You're firing a size huge dead whale, and how many small kinetic missiles?
4 with each casting, and I get 10 of them. Well, 9 because I use my free one.
Okay, yeah.
How are they looking?
I don't think they want to look.
Yeah.
How many of them were there to start?
A fair amount in the city. So
What about civilians?
the size huge dead. I mean, I assume that Anya's not firing into like, you know, apartment complexes. I'm assuming that she's firing these kill vehicles at like the boulevards when elves amass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trying to avoid non-elf deaths because the elves are the bastards here.
Yeah, you're basically punishing them forming any kind of ranks. Yeah. A whale is heavy.
I mean, granted, it's only a 15 size, size huge.
Still, that impacting the natural splat and roll a little bit, that's just going to straight up cut half of a a phalanx of elven warriors in half, as it just crushes half the unit. Kill vehicles kind of hit a couple other more dispersed groups. There's elf casualties. During this process, you can see the local military forces capitalizing on that and pushing them out of this boulevard. And every once in a while, you can see these, 7-foot tall armored flesh golems teleport out of nowhere into groups of elves and into these tight urban spaces. The yeah, it's not good for the elves. I mean, let's see, they're taking half a day to get here. Anya,
These guys contacted us requesting one of our party members, so I'm gonna protect this place until that party member's here. Oh, and with the 10 whales and rocks, which the rocks are still going to be granite to be bastards and create shrapnel. So after 10 whales and 40 like torso-sized marble rocks being thrown from several hundred feet in the air at these guys, I still have all my 5th and up level spells and all my 1st level spells.
holy shit, yeah. The Order of the Emerald Knights. Yeah,
It will never
they've
financially
suffered.
recover from this situation.
Yeah, Anya, do me a favor. Give me like a couple of Constitution save. We'll do 3 con saves as you're engaging in a like rest of the day long battle.
3 con saves.
Yeah, you're engaging in sustained long term combat.
22, 12, 22.
All right, so it's 6 o'clock now. You've gained a level of exhaustion, and the elves have withdrawn from the city limits.
Mission accomplished for the time being, and now I wait for my party to catch up tomorrow.
Well, guys, it's getting the evening. The sun's setting in the west, and you can see it set behind the silhouette of the ziggurat.
Well, if we're not going to make it there today, we'll just make camp here.
I mean, you're right about there.
Oh, well, then let's just keep going.
Indeed.
Sorry, you sort of made it sound like it was off in the distance, like we could just see it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you can see Anya flying overhead. You guys approach. The gates are shut.
I knock.
I would at some point land to get in touch with whoever's running the guard or militia and let them know that the rest of my party's on their way sometime soon. Assuming like the fighting dies down more than an hour before this.
Yeah. Yeah, you get in contact with one of the gatehouses. They send a runner to get in contact with the other gatehouses. They're not really going to question anything about you, given the fact that they saw you flying overhead, bombing every unit of elves that approached.
To clarify, I knock from the inside.
Yeah, you knock. It's about 15 minutes, and then the gates open. You can see some rather exhausted looking warriors in bronze armors.
Evening.
Actually, no, these guys would have linothorax. Yeah, they just have padded.
Human warriors?
Yep, they look like they've had a hell of a day.
Sorry, Jordan, I forgot to ask about the whatever happened at that town for the refugees. It's been a little busy here.
It's all good.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't really have any problems, just a little bit of a misunderstanding on the way in, but it got cleared up.
Oh, the runners didn't quite make it. Damn it. Oh well. Oh, you're here. That's what matters.
Right, yeah. So, priorities. First off, is there a tailor somewhere I can talk to? I need to get my hat repaired. We're going to need somewhere to sleep, and then we also need to talk to Loam. He's apparently at the ziggurat.
Sinclair hands you your hat back with it already being fixed.
Oh!
I know.
Puts the hat on. Thank you, Sinclair. I guess we finished that first task quite quickly.
He didn't realize I took his hat and fixing it on the ride.
With a passive of 10 years sleight of hand, he didn't notice shit.
I replaced his hat with a bag of sand so he wouldn't notice.
Yeah, you just Indiana Jones'd it off him.
So, good news and bad news.
What's that smell?
Is Dern gave the blessings
What?
of the Lord Bard with a bag of sand on his head.
What is that smell?
That
Smells
smell
good.
is reinforcements.
They smell like rotting flesh?
What did you do?
They smell like rotting whale carcasses because they were not rotting whale carcasses a while ago, and some marble, but shrapnel and all that. The siege has been
They
repelled for the day.
mobilize their whale defense?
The
Well,
siege has been
they didn't. I did. I mobilized my whale defense.
You have your own air whales?
Yeah. I know people. I know
Ha!
people who know people. I have connections to people who know people who know people, and I can just get things. I'm a very resourceful bard.
True enough. That does explain quite a bit.
Did we come through the repelled elf forces or not? When we
were they on the road?
Yeah, did we meet any of them that were repelled or no?
They did not take the roads.
Okay, so we didn't count. So we don't know.
Yeah, given that they were being bombed with kinetic kill weapons, they decided to take the farmland and the shrubbery and the shit they could hide in.
They're gonna burn this city to the ground.
Correction. They were going to try to burn the station to the ground.
No,
Well, if that's
got back to the army.
you did just sort of coat it in like whale oil and blubber.
That'll disappear eventually. Probably.
Still,
Magical whale oil and blubber.
Oh, it certainly reeks of magic, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, the smell will not go away. This city's going to smell terrible for like next couple months, but at least they'll have a city.
Regardless, we need to escort Faya to the ziggurat. Apparently, there's a meeting with Loam there.
Yeah.
Faradol.
That was the
Farador,
good
yes.
news.
Yeah, one of those.
The
That
Cheese
was the
Lord.
good news. The siege has been repelled for the time being, and the city is held until our meeting can be dealt with. Bad news is there's probably several hundred more that are going to be on the way for a siege in the coming days, so we might want to make our business here quick.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, it's meant
They
to happen.
granted us diplomatic immunity, so we're good.
We
Oh,
just won't tell them
Before
that
we
you
slaughtered
dropped a whale.
battalions of
Well,
them.
we won't tell them that part.
it
Might want to
was
hide the
a-
Pegasus.
But see,
Just stand in front of like this whole army of elves. Diplomatic immunity.
Wait. I have an idea. I can bullshit my way out of this. I'm going to cast Find Greater Steed and get a griffin.
Gaslight gatekeep Griffin.
No, I'm not gatekeeping. That's the gatehouse's job. Gaslight Griffin Girl Boss.
All right. But yeah, you guys pass through the city, which is not having a great day. You can see a fire brigade is putting out the flames that are consuming one of the districts. What guards you see are exhausted. It looks like they took rather significant casualties. And you guys head up the steps of the ziggurat. Normally, this place would be pretty well guarded. There'd be an honor guard. That's currently not here. Your your walk up the stairway is uncontested until you reach the palace at the top.
Well, that's because we're very important people.
Actually, it's because most of the guards are dead.
That too.
Well, then Loam knows and trusts us, so it's not like he needs to worry about us trying to do anything bad to him.
So anyway, we get to the top, and I take it that there are some guards up there.
There are. You can see 6 of the armored flesh golems guarding the palace gates.
Well, I take out the summons scroll and unscroll it in front of them. Like, I've been summoned.
Lifts its hand and reaches down to grab the piece of paper from you. Do you resist it taking the paper?
Nope.
It crunches it up. It crunches it in its hand and eats it. You may pass.
I never tried eating it. Darn.
No, you're not missing out on much.
All right, I'm walking.
What if it was flavored?
It's like a
Wasn't.
fruit look.
Edible summons. Please consume after reading.
Yeah, don't worry, it wasn't flavored.
Indeed. They let you through the gates. The
Excellent.
palace hall is lit by 8 large golden braziers illuminating a incredibly finely appointed chamber. A veritable hanging garden of exotic plants fills most of the visual space, along with frescoes of gold and marble depicting great deeds from the history of this land and of the life of the God King. At the very far end is a mighty throne made of black basalt and gold,
Mm-hmm.
which currently sits empty. Above it, a gold plated visage of a stern, unyielding face stares back at you all. It depicts the war mask that Akhed-Ur used in his rise to power. Floating around this chamber, you can see 7 of these weird little floaty, fleshy discs with little blue tendrils stretching off the bottom and little eye stalks on top, along with a number of scribes and administrators. Most of these administrators look to be giant rats.
Mm.
Kind of like the ones that, like the one that you saw when Interven acquired the other wizard's property.
Noted. Interesting.
But yes, flumps. God, they're so derpy. I love them.
They're like the excellent fucking fucking Spectre. Fucking meatball plump.
He's not even in the voice chat. He's just lurking from the lobby.
I know.
What a creature.
No, none of the flumps are in the middle of a mating display.
Well, I would call out to Loam. Hey, Loam. A slight issue with some elves, I see.
You don't see low.
I thought you said there was a dude in the middle with a mask.
No, there is there is a
like,
great stone visage over the throne.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
With his
Yeah.
war face.
Indeed,
Okay.
has a war mask.
Well, what do I see on the invisible spectrum?
Nothing.
Okay. Just checking.
But one of the flumps you can see kind of perk up when he sees you. Hello. It's good to see you.
well, hello.
Who's this guy?
One of the flumps we met in one of the other dungeons.
Oh yeah, Tomb of Annihilation. Sinclair was there for that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Dirt.
Yeah.
Dirt.
Actually,
The
wait.
one, the one that knew about algebra and geometry.
I thought he stayed
Huh.
with Intervin.
Oh, was Faradol alive when you got in the party met him?
What?
'Cause
No.
okay, yeah.
We got
So,
your buddy out of the mirror before we met him.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Faradul was dead when we met the flump.
That's what I was saying. I was like, hello. Okay.
Yeah, so Sinclair and maybe Faya would be the only. I don't remember when Faya joined. Would be the only ones
This GIF
that
is
know
going
him.
on the favorites.
Faya's been here a long
Oh,
time.
they skipped the Neil deGrasse Tyson going Neil. That was the best part. Why did they cut that out?
I might have just gotten a bad one. I'll see if I can find a better one.
All for the payoff of a lady getting hit with a fish.
Anyway, so yeah. Hey, hello. We're wondering where Loam is at. There's a minor elf problem.
You want to see squeeze down in the bowels of the ziggurat.
All right. Point me to
How
the
do we
nearest
get there?
toilet. I just figure we go in the nearest toilet and flush.
We cannot let you into the deep core of the ziggurat. We have been told no one is allowed into the deeper levels. Both on the word of the God King and on his successor.
Okay.
So why have I been
Well,
summoned? Hold on. Question. Just first question.
yeah.
Why was I summoned?
We dispatched the letter for you many months ago.
Well, yeah, it does take some time to get there, but I did get it.
Yes. The successor needed your assistance. Unfortunately, we were not told what he needed from you and your companions.
Oh,
Apparently, the situation that he project has become more complicated than originally intended. Some great accident, as I understand.
yeah. Well, that's fair enough. All right. Well, I mean, we could wait here. I mean, without being able to go down there, it's kind of a, bit of a pickle.
Well, I think you can make an exception to us. We are friends after all. We're not just nobody.
Well, that too. I mean, we were summoned to help, so you know.
Give me a persuasion check.
Me?
Yeah,
Oh no.
Why not me?
you have advantage. You and Sinclair are talking to him.
I'm the one that suggested it, though.
Fair enough. Okay, you make the roll then. I don't know. I don't care which one of you is doing it.
You do it. I don't have anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't have proficiency in persuasion, so he can't help me. But I mean, 24, good enough.
Well, I suppose you would be able to help me, and from what I understand, you have had quite friendly relationships with the successor. Maybe, well, I cannot make an exception. It will be what the hell? Sure. Well, let's get it in. Just be careful down there. It's rather dangerous in the bowels of the ziggurat. Both Archibald and Lomum are quite fond of their experimentation.
Careful is my middle name.
I
thought
don't
it was
think you
Skein.
have a middle name according to the census records.
You got me there, but we'll be on our toes.
You might want to keep both your feet fully on the ground. Standing on your toes tends to cause a lot of pain.
Yeah, but that's still being on your toes.
It doesn't make you more agile, it just hurts.
Us will lead you to the elevator.
Okie
Um,
dokie.
I stay out here and keep morale up around the town.
Sure.
All right.
If the successor summoned you, it is best that you go with your party. Everyone
course, no
says that
stretch party.
over here in front of the elevator. You must gather your party before venturing forward.
Oh, well, guess not. Nope, you're coming with.
Odd thing to have on an elevator if they have requested not to have company, but who might argue?
All committed and alone were very particular about these things.
Alright.
Always have a safety buddy whenever you're engaging in dangerous activities.
I do have my safety buddy outside.
You never leave your battle, buddy.
Oh, I rode the Griffin in.
Well, yeah, that's because
I
you're an
assume-
uncultured barbarian.
No, I'm the uncultured barbarian. He's supposed to be more cultured than me.
No, you're the Lord of Cheese. You're the cultured barbarian. And probably aged and at this point possibly also fermented.
Yeah, but at least aged. Hopefully not smoked though.
Aw, they don't have the freaking scene from A Knight's Tale where he rides the horse into the church.
Who the fuck does that?
You disgrace the Lord's house. Dude, so fixed on chasing Taylor, rides a horse into a church.
All right. But as the
it worked though.
the flumps lead you to a chamber behind the throne, big old square room with a metal floor and a big sign that says, "You must gather your party before venturing forth." You all stepping on the lift?
You betcha.
Yep.
All right.
Uh-huh.
And then the lift descends into the bowels of the ziggurat. And I think we'll call things there for the night.
Alrighty.
How many pounds of gold is this